Episode 3 of Old Dog, New Tricks. Now this one's got a slight difference because coming up we've got the NuFish All England Championships, which is taking place on this fantastic venue, which is Springvale Lakes near Milton in North Nottinghamshire. It's a fantastic venue, but what's more importantly, it's rammed with fish, and it's a great opportunity for me to add another string to my bow, where Joe Carass sits with me and talks me through these fantastic places where we can catch loads of fish in a style that obviously is still a little bit of an unknown to me and yourselves as well. But I know that here on Newcastle Lake, which is where we're fishing today, this is a 50 peg lake and it's absolutely solid with fish. But interestingly, it's not just carp, it's got tons of silvers in it, which include tench, ide, bream, roach. It's amazing. And recently I saw a match being weighed in, and although the winner had 200 pound of carp, there were weights of 100 and 150 pounds of silvers as well. So it's going to be an interesting day where we decide how we're going to target it and how we get the best from each swim. So join me and Joe Carass here, Newcastle Lake, Springvale Lakes. Right, Joe, the important bait.
Yep.
So I'll be honest with you, this is probably one of the most confusing lakes that I think we're approaching because of the opportunities, all the different fish.
Yeah, there's a lot to go at here, isn't there? A lot.
Too much. And this is where sometimes I've probably been guilty, and I think a lot of other people have probably fallen into the same trap of trying to do everything. And that starts with bait, doesn't it? So
Absolutely.
talk me through what your thoughts are on a venue like this.
Really tricky here, isn't it? Because Springvale is notorious for silvers.
Yeah.
Big-eyed, skimmers, a lot of skimmers, isn't there? Whenever we come and film in here, there's a lot of big skimmers to catch. Chub, there's millions of chub.
Yeah.
Not sure on
I
this,
forgot to
we've never
mention
fished
chub.
this one, have we?
No, never, no.
But all the others, full of chub. And this one, I know for a fact there's millions of tension as well. Now, they're all great, aren't they? But let's be honest, if you want to win a match, you're going to need some carp, aren't you?
Yeah, without a doubt.
But I also think the silvers are a great way to fish as well. We're going to have, if we do target silvers, we're going to have a lovely day's fishing, which is
without a
great,
doubt.
and probably put a big weight of them together as well as carp. So I think we need to target a bit of both, a little bit like what we did at Shell Hill.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, this is a big lake, Mick, isn't it?
It's a big water. I like this one because of the amount of water. As you know, I prefer big venues, and there's 50 pegs on here, 25 on each bank.
Proper lake, isn't it?
Yeah, and the island's quite a way away. You know, that's 20 metres plus.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So we've got open water, haven't we?
I think you could chuck a method in here and have a great day.
Yep.
But I feel like we're covering ground that we covered last time, because I think it'd be very similar. I think with big ground bait and magnets, I think it'd be very similar. So I think if you are coming on the All England, I think the method, but like we've done in other videos, I think is going to be great.
Yeah, because
across the board here.
Just about everyone in this lake, everyone in this lake will actually have an island chuck. And I've sat here on purpose because we're opposite a gap. But yeah, I'm on peg 17 and I can chuck to that island, and peg 16 here behind us can chuck to that island.
Yep.
So everybody's got an island chuck.
Yeah, so I think
you think that'd be a major method?
Wherever you sit, as long as you've got an island, I think you've got to have a method in your bag, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then I've sort of looked at how we're going to fish for pole here. I think you would catch a few carp fishing like shallow, long slapping.
Yeah, I've seen a few moving.
A few mugging, but I think today we should focus on short pole tactics, to be honest.
Okay, which is a nice, enjoyable way to fish.
Yeah, I think we can fish casters for like mixed fish, and I think we could do that at sort of 5 to 6 metres, probably loose feeding, a little bit like what we did at Shell Hill. And then the margins and very short is where we're going to catch the carp, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to keep it
so
really
bring it all
simple.
nice and close.
We're going to bring it nice and close.
Which is comfortable.
One thing I noticed, we came here last week filming, didn't we?
Yeah.
And every single person on the matches were fishing 5 metres or method, weren't they?
Yeah.
So the fish are used to being close to you, I think.
Yeah, a lot of people, I think that's a modern way of fishing, and we probably know that from our sort of float sales, what people like to do. They like to fish, you know, on deck in shallow water as opposed to long and up in the water. And that's obviously, if the fish they get used to it, but the fish will come because obviously there's loads of colour in it.
God, it's chocolate, isn't it?
That's the one thing I notice, it's a lovely colour.
And I mean, it's in great form. The venue record got broke last week, a big weight, 300 pound, which is unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're past that awkward spawn sort of time. The fish are feeding now, and I think if we fish nice and close, nice and comfy, simple baits,
Brilliant.
I think we're going to have a great day.
So we've got casters,
Yep.
obviously, which I had left over from the weekend. 6mm pellets.
Yep.
You've put some of them on the side
I think we'll talk about the approach more when we sit.
Okay.
But I've got a funny feeling these fish on just the top kit in front of us. I reckon we're going to catch loads of fish with them. Really close in.
Do you think we'll catch silvers with them as well?
Probably, because there's a lot in here. But I think that'll give us our best chance of catching carp.
So that's the big enough to put off the small fish. Yeah. Whereas if you targeted silverfish with pellets, you'd probably go smaller, 4mm or.
Definitely. If I was fishing for skimmers, I'd
yeah.
definitely just use 4mm, but 6 is for the carp. Definitely.
Brilliant. And then, despite what happened last time, we've got dead maggot and ground bait. What's the difference
You've actually
here?
plumbed up while we were getting ready.
Yeah.
And this is a different situation to what we had at Shell Hill. It's shallow margins, but it's shallow, tight against the bank. It was about 18 inches? We'll have a look closer up, but it was 16 to 18 inches.
Yeah.
Ground bait and maggots is going to be amazing in that.
But that, like you said, that's close to the bank. That's tied up against this grass. So
I think we're going to catch loads on ground bait and maggots doing that.
Brilliant.
Loads.
Well, that's lovely and simple. Yeah. That suits me. let's give it a whirl. Brilliant. Well, Joe, what a beautiful place this is.
Yeah, I'm excited about this because I think this is like a proper match lake. This one, isn't it?
Yeah, and I like it because I've got a bit of room to make a mess of things and do a bit of freestyling as I like, because that island's a bit of a distance, which I love a bit of that open water look, which, as we mentioned earlier, this could really blow my mind because there's that many opportunities and
there's
that
a
many
lot of options here.
A lot of options.
You could bomb and pellet it, you could method it, you could long pole shallow,
pellet waggler,
and I'm sure they'd all work.
And then a million swims here that we could do, but obviously, as we've just gone through with the bait, we've kind of selected, obviously you've put me right, and let's try and condense it and bring it in. So the rigs that we've decided to fish together, for that caster line, I've plumbed up, and that's the full depth, which is, I'm only short, that's 4 foot.
We're going to have to get you some markers on your pole, aren't you?
We're going to, I'm going to mark them off. In fact, I've not even marked that one. I've not even marked that depth.
With the modern times, aren't you, and put your depth markers on.
Do I need to write on my top kits? Well, no, that's the depth for that one. That's 414.
No, it's about 4 foot anymore. We want.
No, we want exact, don't we? That's what I've got on my rig. I don't need to be like that as well. That's a 414 Cypre, which I've kind of got that spread sort of tapered down towards the bottom in about 40 centimetres.
You like that taper, don't you? I've noticed you do that on a few.
Yeah, well, it's kind of all encompassing. It works. I can read my float a little bit, but
it's positive at the same time.
Yeah, it's not a bulk, but it's not far off. I've got my back shots on because I'm learning, because that's a really important thing, and that's for fishing down onto the deck. I've got all these rigs tied to 0181 exact. And then on this particular one, because that's going to be like more for silvers, that's the 148. But I've got some 165 tied up as well, in case we need to up his game a little bit. I've also done one on the same elastic, which is the 8 to 10 that I've got in these. 410 Cypre, which I've already got cut down so that it's off the deck, and that's basically just got all the shots down again in 40 centimetres, and that's just for fishing off bottom, because I think these fish will want to come up.
I think there's a big chance of that.
But I think you think that's a bit faffy, don't you?
No, right. Let's think about what we're trying to do here. We're fishing a venue where, let's be honest, you're probably going to need £100 to do well.
Yeah.
On this All England match, you're going to need £100, I would imagine. I would imagine the winner will have £120, £120 to £150.
Yes.
Let's say. The only way you're going to catch £100 of silvers is to catch them close in and to catch them quickly.
Fair comment, yeah.
So that's the reason why we're going to just fish short, top kit and 2, because we need to have them close to us to make it more realistic that we're going to catch a big weight.
Yeah, understand, yeah.
And then the rigs need to reflect that as well, and I think that deck rig, you've got it nice and positive, I think that's going to work an absolute treat.
Yeah.
But then I think to fish shallow, I think we're going to need to do a bit like what we did at Shell Hill, like quickly work out where they are in the water column and get our bait to them.
Yeah, so that we're instantly...
Yes.
Yeah, which makes complete sense. Now, I've thrown on it a big head because it's a little bit choppy, and I weren't sure if a tink would be obviously with the finer bristle, might be a little bit too waffy. If that's, you know,
Waffy?
yeah, a bit waffy, yeah, a bit blowing around in that little, because we've got a bit of a breeze, and I just thought something a little bit more positive.
I can imagine this lake gets a right good chop on.
Yeah, it's nice
It's
open
not even
water,
windy
isn't
today,
it?
is it?
No, but it's catching the wind. So I've thrown that one on, which I probably need to drop onto a lighter elastic. So that's as like up and down. Is that the term?
Up and down, yeah.
Up and down.
5 metres.
At 5 metres. So from 4 foot up to. How shallow could we catch them? Really shallow, like we did at Shelter.
I think them big-eyed, especially with this ripple, you might catch them like 8 inches deep. I think, what is the rule actually? Is it a foot? We need to check that.
We do need to check that. It's a foot above your float.
Yep.
We will need to check that actually.
We do need to check that.
Yeah. Before we start fishing.
Before we start telling everyone to fish 6 inches deep.
Exactly. The short line, which is basically a top kit, which I'm going to fish at my hand, that's only 3 foot deep.
Yes.
And I've actually put a 4/16 Fury on with my back shots. That's to 0203. That's the 020, and that's got a nice positive bolt there with a band on, because that's where we're going to fish.
Hard pellets.
Hard pellets 6 mils. That's there. That's lovely. And I'm going to put my number.
Does that feel a bit weird to you fishing so close in?
Yeah, it's funny because the words were coming out of my mouth. I'm going to fish with that behind me, just to make me feel a bit more confident. I always feel like if I want to fish that close, I want to put an extra joint on and fish it there, so it's out my way. But what I have learned from you and everybody else is that one of the things, and obviously it doesn't apply today because we haven't put his nets in, is that when your nets are in, people say, I just fished over my net. I keep hearing people talking about that.
Yeah.
Is that a sanctuary for fish, or?
I think there's a lot going on there. I think it's quite a safe haven because naturally, maybe not so much now, people never used to fish there, did they? Because
No.
I'd be like, I hate fishing so close in. But as I've got more experience, I realise now that is, when you're fishing close in, that's where the fish want to be. I think the keep nets are stirring the mud up, so you've constantly got extra colour there. I mean, it's coloured lake anyway, but when your nets are in, there's more colour. I think the fish are there. It's the right depth of water. I think it's just the best place to fish.
Yeah,
and we speak a lot about controlling the fish.
Yeah.
And when you're fishing so close in, you get a lovely controlled situation.
More accurate.
You rarely get a million fish there, you know. You get like a few come in and you can catch them.
Yeah, and you can be more accurate over the top.
Absolutely.
When it's super short there. I know it's.
Yeah, even I can hit me float with pellets.
It's brilliant. And then I've got my margin rig, which again is a Fury. That's a 4/14s, bolt down, so it's nice, and so we can boss it. I'm using the right terminology, aren't I now? And we've got that in. That's about 16 inches of depth, and that's tight down. Yeah. And I've gone for the blue zip, the 16 to 18 this time, because when we came recently, I felt like the pink 18 plus were a bit much for me, although the fish definitely pulled it. But that were when we were on Duchess, and they were
big fish, weren't they?
Big fish. Yeah. And I think the average stamp in here, there's some big fish in here, but the average stamp is a bit smaller. Mm-hmm. And I just felt when I hook a fish, I don't want that like, and it's like heavy. I want it to swim away and be a bit quieter. But I might be wrong. You would have pink on there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, of course you would. Yeah. Of course you would. I've just realised I did put a
pink on all.
Yeah, a pink tie. I did put a 4x10s big head up on a white.
Yeah. I think that'll be a lovely shallow rig. That will.
For shallow, yeah, and that's just got a 16 B911 little bulk, so we can just get down to the fish like you said. It's an instant.
We're kind of learning on the job a little bit again, aren't we? A bit like Shelter Hill.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a lot of top kits up here. They've got no rigs on, but I've still got sort of 3 rigs for that up and down. One for my short, one for my margin, which is enough rigs for anybody really. But because we're not sure. So yeah, that's.
I mean, if it was a match, you would have a method up as well, wouldn't you?
Oh, without a doubt. I think I'd want to start on a method while I've fed my other swims, but.
It's worth saying for anyone watching who is coming, it's like a really nicely manicured island, isn't it? Like you're gonna chuck over there and have a nice chuck, aren't you? On just about every peg.
Without a doubt, yeah. And you'll find a little bit of shallow water, I think, there. I know people catch on a method here. This lake, the impression I'm getting is that this lake, the feedback I've had and what I've seen, is that you can catch on whatever you want to fish.
I think this venue's like that, isn't it?
It seems to be. It seems to be. Good venue, plenty of fish, and it's up to you to sort your peg out, which is what I'm hoping to do today with the great guidance of your good self.
Are we going to crack on then?
I am. I'm just trying to wonder what I'm going to do with that section, because that's how I'm going to fish.
Is it in your way?
No, it won't be when I get fishing, but we'll start.
Let's get rock and rolling then, mate.
Yeah. 6mm pellet, yeah? 6mm hard pellet.
I'm
So,
interested to see what this is like.
I've not put a pot on because I presume it's close enough for even me to be able to take my float with some pellets, would you say?
Let's trickle
So,
them in.
am I...
You can't help it, can you, look?
Am I feeding 3 pellets?
Yes. To start with, let's just see what we can... Look, you had an indication there about even throwing any bait in.
See, I didn't even hit my float there, look. This does feel super close to me. However,
Yeah.
do as you're told.
I think you'd be surprised.
But missed it. Useless. Not learnt note yet. I tell you what I've learnt about them back shots is that it's a great way just to, when I lower my rig in, I've started to like kind of let my shots go and just let it sink that caught me off guard. See what I've done? I've fed on her because I can't help myself.
No, but I think that's all right. We're on hard bottom.
I put that section on because I just felt that I was going to get dragged all over the lake. But
Not needed.
no, that's me, innit?
That didn't take long, did it?
Not long at all. Well, it don't when somebody puts you right on what to do. And I tell you what I think, and this is because I'm a natural angler, not a commercial angler. Fancy splashing and playing that fish so close to where I'm trying to catch him. Don't make any sense to me. However, for you, come here. For you, that's quite normal.
Yeah, mate, honestly, it took me years to get my head around it. Used to go to Tunnel Barn. I used to go to Tunnel Barn every week at one point. And it was when Pete Rice was really good there. And he would just fish here, here and here, around his boots all day. And I'd be like, well, I'll beat him by just going a little bit further and a little bit further away from me. And because of my natural fishing background, I was always like, I can't get my head around what's going on here.
Yeah.
But and then he'd beat everyone anyway, and I'd be like, but what I didn't appreciate is he was controlling the fish, what we're trying to do here, and he's bringing the fish to him. So when they're coming to his peg, they're actually eating. And I've learned so much about that recently in the last couple of years fishing this distance. Looks all wrong, but
yeah, and feels a bit.
It feels
wrong.
horrible, doesn't it?
It is funny. If my nets were in, I think I'd probably feel
a little bit sick.
No, I actually feel like it wouldn't be quite as, because all I can see is my float, and I'd be past my nets, and I feel like I'd got some kind of barrier, yeah. But you're right. Obviously, them fish are here. Do you think that they know we're here because we're bouncing up and down on his box?
There's all sorts going on. I think they know you're here. I think when you're playing the fish, they're colouring the water up. I think when you've got your nets in, like we mentioned, they're colouring the water up in your net.
Yeah.
And it may be that we just get a quick start on this and then not catch on it again until later, you know?
Yeah.
But as we're building that caster line...
Which I've just dipping my hand into my casters to start feeding
this is a great place to just start. And you can, like you say, it's so close in, you can do it.
Yeah.
Do it really nice. I hate to say it, Mick, but you would probably catch really well on paste on here at the moment.
Oh, here we go.
I think you would though, wouldn't you?
Probably.
All I'm saying is the match record got broke on pace last week.
Well, I'm a long way off that yet.
Yeah.
But
no, you've mastered that.
Well, we had a little go at it, didn't we? And that was fantastic. But of course, this would be slightly different because would this be classed as margin? Could you fish the margin paste in this depth, or would you fish it closer?
You could probably do it there.
Yeah.
It's about 3 foot, isn't it?
3 foot, yeah. That's the sort of maximum that you talk
Use
about
that
for when you call it margin paste. Past that, it becomes deeper paste,
Mm-hmm.
which you don't particularly like to. That would a funny little bite, yeah.
I thought it might be a tench at first, but it's not, is it?
No, it were more of a quiver than a
quiver
than a bite. I actually don't think he knows his own yet.
Can I just quickly interject, because
Yeah.
what's happened here is exactly what I'm trying to get at, because you would get more indication if you went to Top Kitten 2 and did this. Your float would be all over the place. You'd be getting loads more indications.
Yeah.
You'd feel busier. You'd be getting indications, missing them, foul looking them. Here, when you fish so close in, you don't get that.
No.
The float just goes under.
Yeah, that's.
So you feel it's a bit.
That's the
like
word.
green fishing.
That's the word controlled that
Yeah.
you talked about.
It's that patience.
He's a lovely fish, him.
Cracker, isn't it? You know, you've had 2 indications and caught 2 fish.
Yeah, big
Whereas
difference.
if you'd have done this at 5 metres, which is the natural lean for a lot of people, you'd have probably missed 5 or 6 bites. Maybe foul up one.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's yeah. And it took me years to get my head around that.
And it's funny, yet again, we've not fed much bait.
No.
Because it's not necessary. I caught that one unawares, and it caught me unawares as well, because
It was a good fish, that.
I thought it were just going to come to the surface, and it didn't actually. Do you know what I've done there? I've done my usual trick. So there were 6 pellets, which don't feel like out in my fingertips. And I got carried away because I caught a fish, and I've thrown them too far, and they need to be a bit more controlled.
So you know when you plumb this up then, Mick, was it rock hard bottom there?
Yeah.
Or was it gradual slope?
It comes back to like sort of 2 foot just here. But there it were a nice, I'm going to say fairly slow gradient.
Yeah.
You know, if I reached out, it'd drop off another 4 inches. If I brought it back, it'd come up 2 inches.
Yeah.
So it were a nice.
So it's nice to present on.
Yeah.
That green's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's soft enough.
Is that one of our most popular grades, you think, that green?
I think green is, yeah. Well, it covers most margin fishing.
Yeah.
You can fish on deck with it. It's not too stiff. I don't think this one's up fair and square, to be honest.
It's done all that monologue about not foul looking them.
Yeah.
These things happen. That's because you fed.
Fed too many pellets. And fed all over the place as well. Probably is. That's probably.
They're proper carp here, though, aren't they? And they're not.
No. And
there's no fawns, is there?
They were telling me last week that they don't normally catch them shallow in this lake, or they haven't done in last year and the year before and stuff. But all of a sudden,
they're catching them shallow.
They're catching them shallow, and I don't know. I mean, you'll probably be able to tell me. My first thoughts were: is that because they're slightly bigger?
I had,
small carp. This one's not happy, is it? Because it's not hooked fair.
I can only speak on my experience because this is quite a new lake, isn't it? It's probably less than 10 years old, isn't it?
It's one of the newest lakes, yeah.
And I can only liken it to Shearsby because that was redug and gone back to the clay. And I think when you've got them lakes that are back onto the clay, I think the fish are really happy to feed on the bottom when it's like that.
Yeah.
Because Shearsby's exactly the same. It's only the last year or so that you've been able to catch anything shallow. Nicely done. Is that you would think there you'd go out and just bag up shallow, but you don't. And I get the impression this is like that. They're like happy fish that are happy just to eat.
So you've just mentioned because it's fairly new. Marmite, is that because of silt?
Yeah, there's no silt build up yet. I mean, there might be on here. Obviously, no experience, but I'm just sort of putting 2 and 2 together. And as Dan's is getting siltier, the shallow fishing is kicking off.
Because they don't want to be milling about in silt on bottom. That's interesting.
Whereas I think when they're on clay, like, they love that, don't they? They love rooting around in the clay.
Yeah, because it's hard and they can find the bait, can't they? But when they're working hard and not getting any reward for it.
I think the reality is, Mick,
that's why that one went
on those siltier lakes,
crackers,
you would catch loads on the bottom. I'm sure the fish are down there, but you can't present properly. I think that's a large part of it. you know, you've got all sorts of them bubbling problems. So the fish are probably down there. It's just we can't fish for them properly. Whereas when it's clay, you can. I think that's a big.
So it's important when you're plumbing up then to look for them hard spots, which I know obviously is what makes margin fishing so good.
I hope.
That's a tension,
That's
I think.
a tension, isn't it?
Yeah, that famous rattle.
Way, look at him.
Beauty. So we actually said...
I think there's loads in here, isn't there?
There's a lot in here. We actually said, didn't we, that the 6 mils will just pick out that better stamp of fish. And that's not a small fish. But of course, if you caught 100 of them and 100 of them carp, you'd have a significantly different way, wouldn't you?
Sure, they'll be enjoying them casters when you go on them.
Yeah, I must remember to feed them because I'm that took up with this that I forgot to feed. Yeah, that could be fantastic. Although the way this is shaping up, which is interesting, we've had 2 carp and then, sorry, 2 and a foul looker. And then we've caught a tension. You always talk about a quick start, which is an interesting match mentality, isn't it? That if you can grab 3 or 4 carp early,
gets you going, doesn't it?
Yeah, it settles your other swims, gets you into the swing of it. Like that were a liner.
You
that
went
a liner, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is great, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Do you know? And how simple is it?
This reminds me of when we went to Cobb House.
Yeah.
We did a great video there, which was a new venue for you. Obviously a new venue for me, but it were even a new venue for you. There's an airfield nearby, and even they want to come and have a look at us, don't they?
Helicopter. He's got missiles on him.
Oh, it's not Everest or Barrett Houses then?
No, I'll tell you what, he's just keeping an eye on you, feeding 12 pellets at a time.
Yeah. That's a good fish.
They're bigger than I was expecting, actually.
Yeah, they're well, I nearly said before we started, I thought that the average were £3, but...
I mean, they've been like £5 average, I'd have said, haven't they?
So actually, when I said, are they averaging £3? She said, no, they're bigger than that. But the match anglers were kind of... But I think they'd been fishing shallow.
Yeah.
And am I right in saying that... Well, I heard him say, a really good angler, fishes here quite a lot, John Mills. He said to me, I heard him telling his mate, I were catching them shallow, but they were smaller. And I went on deck and, or should I say, he came short where they were fishing in the shallow water, but shorter distance, and caught better fish.
Is that John Mills from Sheffield?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
He's like the original F1 shallow jigger man. As in, he wasn't jigger fishing, but he used to do his thing, he used to bounce his pole on his leg. So he was always striking, a bit like what they're doing now with that self-hooking rig. He was doing that 20 years ago.
Years ago, yeah.
Yeah, years ago.
Because John he used to fish in that normal circuit that we fished.
Yeah.
You know, winter leagues and things like that. And I think
I bet he fishes with Raggy and all them.
That's right.
Yeah.
They've got a club. It's called, I think, Club 2000, where they have regular matches here. And I think they have like 50 anglers and they come all the time. They know the venue really well. And they have some fantastic weights. The lad who won the match, they talk about him all the time. He's a really good angler. And he actually caught on paste, but he catches on method feeder, catches on all sorts. And so John was saying that the shallow fish were slightly smaller, so maybe that's where the £3 average came from, but these are certainly bigger than that.
I just think that like when you catch them close and in the margins, they tend to be them bigger fish for sure. And I reckon the method fish would probably be a different stamp as well. They're probably £3.
That's one thing I do.
Method fish always seem to be a bit smaller, don't they?
Yeah, and I don't understand what that is. Because of course, normally you catch them on a method, chucking across to an island. Is it that they're a little bit more giddy and willing to, because it's a more aggressive approach ordinarily, a method, isn't it? Because you're plopping in, whereas this is like more stealth.
Stealthy. Could be bait preferences as well, mate. I think carp, like them sort of stamped carp, they love eating hard pellets. Do you know what?
That's
when you
a
go
good
back
point.
to that Cobb House day, I reckon that was one of the beginnings of my realisation about this shallower water thing. Because if you remember that day, we fished far out and it wasn't quite right. And then we moved into the edge, didn't we? Caught one every chuck in like 3 foot just off the bank.
Yeah, you set off short, but
yeah,
it was
and caught a couple, but then foul hooked a few.
Was it 5 or 6 foot, 5 foot? It was too deep, weren't it?
And I literally just swung in and caught them. And well, so obviously that idea was in my head then, but it was probably that day, as daft as it sounds, that really sort of, I need to suss this out.
Nailed it. Yeah.
And because Shearsby, like I say, is just like this, where I go a lot, and Barbie Banks is the same. Like, got the different depth options, and it's rarely that there's no fish in your peg. It's all about sussing it out, you know.
Trying to maximise on
how to catch them.
Yeah, because that's the one thing that you've mentioned a few times, and you've obviously pointed it out here today, that all right, we've had a foul look, we've had 3 in mouth, but we've not had 15 bites, we've had 5.
Yeah.
Sorry, 6 or 5 fish.
Very efficient.
Yeah, because we're not throwing loads of bait in. There's not tons of. It's not deep. It's a nice depth. And I tell you what, it'd be a good start, wouldn't it?
Oh God.
3 5-pounders. And that's, again, and I said it last time, something I've got to get my head around. Well, you've got £15, and I'm not even counting the foul looker. If you count that one and you're tense, you've £20.
Yeah. In 20 minutes.
Yeah. And if you're trying to get to £100, £150, you're a fifth or
you're on your way, aren't you?
seventh of the way there, aren't you?
Why have you got bronze maggots, Mick? You can tell you're a river angler, can't we?
I'll tell you why, because we were fishing on the Trent at the weekend, and unfortunately the match didn't happen due to low oxygen levels, and it got postponed, which is a first for me, if I'm honest. I've never experienced that before.
It's unusual, because obviously you had to move the Rudyard one because of low levels. And
Yeah, well, it's not something we've had. It's not just the heat, is it? We've had no rainfall, have we?
It's been prolonged. Hasn't it?
And we had every bit of rain on planet last year, and all winter. It never stopped raining, did it? And then
even the winter was dry this year, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
East winds and blooming.
So this
high
is
pressure.
This is going to be quieter, Joe.
Yep. That'd be it then. You see, I'd be thinking, right. I'd be thinking, right, I've done my job there.
You're happy? Yeah, because like we just said, if we count as the foul up, we've had £20, and
it's giving you 20 minutes to feed them casters.
It was worth setting a rig up, weren't it?
Mm.
So you'd be looking to move out onto that caster line?
I'd probably just give it another 5 minutes, try and eke another one out, maybe.
Yeah.
And then, because you're still getting the odd little wobble.
Yeah, I've just had indication then. Yeah. That would have did
you're
it.
still getting the odd little wobble.
Yeah.
So there are an odd one still coming
Not
in.
like that, looked like a tench dither.
Yeah.
That didn't know.
No. That was on the droppish, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was lowering it in. Maybe I need to lift and drop more. Maybe I'm being a bit too static.
If you carried on catching how you were, you'd have £500, wouldn't you? That's
yeah. You've got to be.
Sometimes
you've got to be realistic, haven't you?
Yeah. We spoke about looking at winning weights, and you've got to remember on the All England, there's going to be a lot of anglers on the bank. I mean, there's always a lot of anglers on the bank here.
Oh no, this lake were full last week when I watched that match where £200, 212 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think £100 were nearly the bottom weight in 40 pegs or something.
Yeah, the All England lads can get ready. They're going to have a good day.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's an interesting thing that I think there's enough fish here to go round for everybody.
Definitely.
And of course I can't help myself, Joe, I've got to have another go.
I think.
Yeah, you won't never come off feeding fish is what they're saying.
I think you've got to just keep. I think as long as you can keep ticking them odd bites on. It's when you're not getting any.
No signs at all.
Then you've got to come off it. But as long as you're doing this, because the longer you can leave that caster swim, the better that's going to be anyway.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot to be said for building a swim in there, whether that be.
Especially with natural baits.
Yeah.
Pellets are very instant, whereas I always feel like casters and maggots, they do need a bit of feeding.
Well, the one thing I've learned, massive lesson I've learned already in this, we're only just into this series, is that how reactive carp are.
Yeah.
What I mean is that we dob 3 pellets in, and they're like, oh, what's them? They're so inquisitive.
They're like peas in a pod, Mick, aren't they?
Incredible. Yeah.
Good fish.
I tell you what, I think that's elastic spot on. It's just soft enough to let them have their head a little bit, and stiff enough to be able to pull and get them in.
I like that. Let them have their head.
Let them have their head. Yeah. Amazing.
I mean, this is incredible, isn't it?
It's amazing. And as you said, not to be a cliche, I do feel like we've got everything under control. Mm-hmm. Now it's going wild.
You know, as we've been doing this now, this is the third one we've done.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your knowledge is like picking up, like what's going on?
Now, for me, knowledge is a big, broad brush, mm-hmm. And because I always think one of my advantages is that I never allow myself to think, oh, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that my knowledge is broadening, but I tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting some fundamental things.
Gaining that understanding. That.
Yeah, it's so. For instance, I've just mentioned being under control, and the one thing, massive thing for me, I ain't got loads of swims going on, mm-hmm. because I've just mentioned fish are reactive, and basically, I don't need to set up loads of swims, yep. or try and cover everything and make, catch every single thing at lake.
Oh, look at it!
He's gorgeous, isn't he?
That's a lovely tension.
So
look at that.
Look at colour of that. That is beautiful, isn't it? A massive thing for me, is I'm a lot more relaxed about. I've not got to have all these magic tricks and special techniques, and I've not got to have poles flailing all over and bait going everywhere and a million things going off. And what you've done for me is just relaxed the attitude towards this type of fishing. That control is a word we've used today, but it's like, just hold on a minute, just concentrate, focus. What you're trying to achieve, what is it you're trying to do? Be more selective, and the narrowing of all the mist is massive.
Yeah.
But have I started to gain more knowledge? Massive amount of knowledge. Take your time. Bait, don't need to throw bait everywhere. That's a massive thing that I've realised. Keep your fish calm, catch the fish, don't just feed them, don't just chuck bait everywhere and have loads of fish like what we did last time. Don't fill your peg up with carp and bites. They're not shoal fish. You don't need to gather every fish to catch some. You can catch one at a time. So yeah, I'm learning absolutely tons. And I reckon though that the interesting thing is that I feel that I could probably go to a venue on a regular basis and start to build my own vocabulary of, right,
your own plans.
Today's like this, today's like that, the wind's on, I need to fish short, I can fish long, it's flat, it's windy. And I think that's going to just take time. Mm-hmm. But a big thing, which is always mega important for me in any kind of fishing that I'm doing, and I know this goes for a lot of people I fish with at the highest level, getting confidence in the kit.
Yep.
Because if you can eliminate your that was a sharp bite, if you can eliminate the mystery of have I got the right kit on, then you can concentrate on the most important things, which is feeding and catching. because I think a lot of people get mesmerised and overawed by tackle. And I mentioned this right at the beginning of what we were doing. It's get your elastics right, get your rigs right, get your shotting patterns right, get your hooks right, and all of a sudden then the only thing you've got to sort out is catching them. So I'm learning tons.
Because I mean, hopefully you can see why my approach, my rigs, my tackle is so simple, because I don't even worry about it.
No,
because I've done it. I know what works. I stick to what I know. All I am worried about is what, where, and when.
The what, where,
to
and
kind
when.
of one of your phrases.
No, it's massive,
and it is
isn't it?
Dead right.
Yeah, yeah. And catching these fish short, and so for instance, it's like you're not going to be able to do this everywhere you go, and it's not going to work all day long everywhere you go. But today, for instance, this is working.
Yeah.
And the thing that I take from today is, right, well, if it's working, carry on. But if it's not, we've thought about other plans. We've thought about margins, we've thought about a short line, we've talked about the shallow fishing. As we build up our library of knowledge, I can then go, right, well, that's not working. And moving, keeping sharp, staying lean, being able to adapt and move from tactic to tactic, which is a complete opposite to me normally. I like to make a plan, sit and make it work. And my fishing's always in natural style is usually slower. And what you're teaching me is to keep nimble, keep on my toes, make sure I'm aware of things. For instance, if this had not worked in 2 or 3 chugs, we'd have it up the bank and we'd be doing something else. Learning loads, Joe. Massive.
I always think that like with how Steve Ringer has become so successful with feeder fishing, and took to it so naturally, and he was a quick decision maker, isn't he?
Massively, yeah. Very reactive.
He has such that commercial background. He's got that set of skills that he obviously from his commercial fishing that he did for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And he's just implemented that style into natural fishing and become amazing at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's crossovers, isn't there, that we can all learn from each other.
There's massive crossovers, and
that was a big head bang. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Because people say, "Oh, put him on the Trent, he'd struggle."
Not quite true. I'm multitasking here. I'm going to play this fish and just reposition my microphone.
Yeah, people say, don't they, like, "Oh, get him on the Trent, he'd struggle," or put him on a canal. Well, no,
and that goes for a lot of the top class anglers.
Good anglers are good anglers wherever you put them.
Yeah, because you learn to change. You learn to
put Christian Jones on the Trent, give him a few sessions, and he'd be mustard at putting a float through, wouldn't he?
Yeah, because
he's a brilliant angler.
Proactive, and they don't keep just ploughing the same empty trough. They'll keep trying things and altering things and moving things until it starts to work. And that's one of the things I'm saying that I'm learning from you is, if this ain't working, we've got a few rigs up, we've got as options. You know, we're trying to narrow it down so that we can sort of simplify what we're doing. Otherwise, we finish up with a 10-hour video. But I mean, you know,
like this,
how good has that been?
Keep doing that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd keep that doing that all day. But that wouldn't be a very interesting old dog no tricks, would it? So
going to get some silvers.
Why not? Let's have a go.
Oh, what a start! What a start!
Straight in, straight under. I just slipped a single cast on. Look at him. Beautiful creature. Tench. And I tell you what, Joe, what's the first thing I thought was, it feels like I'm fishing a mile out. I'm looking thinking, why am I fishing so far out? I've got a top kit and 2 sections, which is not far at all. But in terms of these places, that's a long way. And probably...
I bet it feels really deep and all, doesn't it?
Yeah, far from necessary. Yeah, and it's not, is it? It's 4 foot. Even I could stand up in there, and that's saying something. And I think
it does look really far out when I'm sat here now.
Yeah. And it's not because I can just flick my casters there. Look, it's not far at all. But straight away after catching all them carp there, this feels a bit futile. Or that would have. I don't think that would have carp. The way it shot through that
quality though, wasn't it?
It were a big fish. Yeah.
Big eyed.
Swimming straight through them casters I've thrown in. But
I'd love to know if them, because the other lakes are full of skimmers, aren't they? I'd love to know if this one's the same.
I think it is.
Remember when we netted it, didn't we?
Incredible.
There were a million crusions, weren't there? A million little carp.
It was a great video of that.
There you go. Right on cue.
Well, you catch on command here. That's what we do.
But one thing that really stuck in my mind was how many skimmers were in.
Like these, weren't they?
And they're immaculate, aren't they? Look at that.
Beautiful fish. All good sized fish, aren't they? That's the thing.
Good management, that is.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start leaving this discordia behind me here all. Just on single cast of that. I mean, look at that. Stunning fish. That's a pound. So yeah, you don't need many of them, do you, for £100? Well, you need exactly 100. That's how many you need. And all of a sudden, with the amount of bites we're getting here, it feels a bit slow. But that depends on what your expectations are, I think, and what you're hoping to achieve and your target. But
you've got to also factor in, you know, in match
you could
conditions.
Catch these short, couldn't you?
That short line, mate, you might get your quick bursts and then it fade because you're sharing the fish. So you've got to consider that as well.
Yeah.
So this might come into it more in match situations. And if you just want to come here pleasure fishing, what a lovely way to fish.
Stunning way to fish. Not too far out. You can throw your bait by hand. Nice rig. Nice soft elastic. There's no finer than a softer elastic, is there, when you're playing fish? It's just
lovely, isn't it?
I think, you know, that were an interesting thing for me that brought up on lighter gear. It all feels very industrial sometimes when you're catching big weights of carp, although it starts to become a bit more normal. I can see fish swirling. They're going to be shallow. I know they catch a lot.
It's warm, isn't it, mate?
Yeah,
it's warm.
They catch a lot of fish shallow. And I would imagine if you're going to catch a massive weight of silvers, you either need to fish shallow or short, but we'll see what happens.
But what you slipped on, just a single caster?
Just a slip, yeah, single caster just to start him off. Might be a double caster job. It's funny, last night I did a few soft duckers, which you'll be just like going shaking your head. But, you know, when I think about, up in air that, wasn't it? When I think about silvers and commercials, I think, well, what a great way to catch fish. But I think there's too many bites and too much going off.
Maybe. I'd not even considered it.
But we're also considered...
when you speak to... Because there's no little nuisance fish in here. When you get a bite on an expander, it's going to be something worth having, isn't it?
Yeah, like the tension and the skimmer, yeah.
Like if you fed softened fours and then fed an expander, I reckon you'd probably have quite a nice tactic on your hands there. As well as the fish shallow.
Yeah, they're swelling in them casters, aren't they? So I did consider like 4 mils, loose feeding 4 mils and an hard 4. But I think the rattle would probably bring carp in. But why wouldn't you want that? Obviously. But I thought that'd pick out slightly bigger silvers, and be efficient, because obviously you wouldn't have to keep changing the bait, etc., etc.
Skim up.
Lovely fish.
It's really interesting, this is because I've not finished Fisher's Lake. We've been on the other lakes filming and that, and every single lake we go on is really good, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
And like, numbers don't lie. You come here on any day of the week and there's loads of people here.
Well, this is why.
It's just so good, isn't it?
even a novice can catch, look.
It's just great fishing.
Tell you what, despite that breeze, that back shot is just
helping.
Just holding that float lovely. And
is that 414s, mate?
Yeah. Yeah. Nice and stable.
Slippery.
Yeah. And that took as it were falling through, I think. That's why. Yeah, they're a lovely stable float, thick enough. That were a tench of at the back. I can tell that because there were a lot of tench slime down the upland. Just going to slide double cast on because I'm greedy.
Thinking, if you were just maybe not thinking about shallow fishing, maybe like fishing small wet balls of ground bait with casters and a bit of finely minced worm in there, little bit of worm on the hook,
Yeah.
And just potting them in every sort of 2 or 3 fish.
Keeping fish down
Keeping
on
the
bottom.
fish down. Maybe that, if you were coming on this All England, that might be a nice tactic.
Bit more control.
Mm.
Because obviously loose feedings bring it fish shallow. But I suppose that's the interesting thing about how a swim develops, because I know you love fishing shallow, but of course feeding shallow in 4 foot when it's this warm, are you saying that we're neither got them on deck nor we've not got them on surface either?
No, I'm just like thinking about how to maximise your. Oh, look at that! Them tench are gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I was just thinking about what, how to maximise your day really.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're going to go shallow in a little bit, and I reckon it'll be solid shallow.
Yeah.
But there are days when you don't catch them shallow, in the same respect. So I'm just thinking of other methods. Might just loose feed maggots, and you might catch loads.
It's
I think you like what we mentioned earlier. I think you could do all sorts here, couldn't you?
the options are incredible, aren't they? I put double cast on because I couldn't help myself. I don't think it made any difference, but that's typical.
What do you do, Mick? Thread one and then.
Yeah, slid one up one a bit deeper, brought it out halfway up the caster, and then just took your second one on like you'd
Like nicking it
like
on.
a deep maggot. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of fish shallow. That would a carp, look. You see him?
Yeah.
So we're certainly.
Certainly drawing a bit of attention here. Aren't
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Because of course, am I right in saying that carp love pellets, but they love casters even more?
Oh, they love casters. Cream cakes, as Alex Bones used to call them.
Go on.
And when we used to be when he used to work on Match Fishing magazine, he's like, nah, I don't want to eat pellets, I want to eat cream cakes.
Cream cakes. That's what casters are. Alright.
There you go. Double show, you see.
Well, it might just be a slightly better tench.
You know, like when these get to like £3 a piece, it's going to be like the best tench lake in the world, isn't it?
It's going to be incredible.
World's best tench lake.
It's Newcastle Lake. What a place.
What I love about it, I'm looking around and there's people fishing on the other bank, they're all catching loads of fish. And I've seen some with a pellet waggler, some with a method, some fishing short, some fishing in the edge, and every one of them's catching a fish a chuck. It's just fantastic, isn't it?
So it's whatever your poison, you can come here and catch on it. Is that what you're saying?
You know, I bet if you wanted to come and fish like corn or something, I bet you'd. Not that I'd.
Have I just heard you say corn?
Not that I'd like to go down that route.
I've got some tins of corn.
There are some
back
fans of corn out there. Not me, not being one of them.
Tell me what you've got against corn.
It's just crap, innit?
Do you want to elaborate on that? Is it just that's just it? Just rubbish. Just rubbish.
Just rubbish.
Corn's a fantastic bait.
Corn's a great bait on natural venues.
I'm wondering when we're doing a old dog no tricks with corn.
Corn special.
Is that when you're on holiday?
I tell you when I like corn, when it's single up bait, bomb fishing. You know, it's a visual one.
Yeah.
It's a really good up bait then.
I could feel fish as I just lifted my float up then. I think we've got every fish in area, all just swimming through these casters at all different depths.
I think corn was good when we didn't know how to fish pellets.
Right.
Because everyone was big potting corn. When the reality is all you needed to do was throw 3 6mm in and you would have caught twice as many.
Why did they have to feed so much corn when they were doing that kind of?
I just don't think we'd quite got to grips with hard pellets and the feeding, and corn's very, everything likes corn, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
You know, you catch roach and...
Roach, everything, yeah. Carp. But you don't think it's as attractive?
I think it's very attractive, but I think the nature of it is it's not very filling. And like, if you were to catch some corn here, I bet you'd need like 12 tins.
Because they could just munch
Pile it in, yeah.
Munch through it, yeah.
Rubbish. Doesn't even cross my mind. But some people love it.
Oh no, it's a very common.
Even paste, I know some really good paste anglers, and that's what they feed, corn. Really good paste anglers.
Interesting. So I know you like to feed them, don't you?
Yeah.
Both a bit of a bed bait, lots of particles. I mean, obviously there's more particles in them than there is in corn, but
Well, look at the
Yeah,
Glebe's
Empire
the
corn
Glebe's a
sort of
classic
thing.
example. That was the out and out corn place. Catch on the veg, sure, that's what they all used to say. Get on the veg. And then as soon as everyone twigged that you could catch them on 6mm hard pellets, no one takes a tin of corn anymore.
Got you. I tell you what I'm thinking about here, Joe, that we could actually fish a heavier rig.
Yes.
If we wanted to fish on deck like a 4/16, just to make it go down a bit quicker. But maybe I should bolt these. I mean, it's settling fairly nice, but of course, what is interesting when you've got this many fish in your swim is that you're going to catch a few on way down, and the more slower the fall, the more chance you've got of your line going over something's back, sort of thing.
I think what we mentioned earlier
I'm getting funny bites all of a sudden.
You've got to think about what you're realistically trying to achieve, and if you're trying to catch 80-pounder silvers,
Yeah, you do
go
it.
with your carp.
Yeah, yeah.
You ain't doing it like this, are you?
No.
Do you know what I mean? So, how am I going to catch a big weight on the deck? I've got to get down there fast. So yeah, heavy float might really work.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of wind, haven't we?
This is lovely, as in real nice,
As
lovely,
Andy
nice
May
way
said,
of fishing.
Just have a
yeah.
lovely day's fishing.
Yeah, but of course the killer in you, which obviously when I'm fishing on my kind of on the manor, doing what I like doing, then there's no prisoners, is there? And that's what you're talking about, not taking any prisoners. Efficiency.
But there's a flip side to that, Mick, because I always remember when we used to fish it on the Stainforth Keeby Canal at Thorn, and it was bloodworm fishing, and we used to fish. It was like a fish race. You'd catch 200 to 250 roach, most pegs, and you would just assume it's an out-and-out fish race. Put the heaviest float you've got in your box on, a gram or a gram and a quarter. It's 8 foot deep. Get that rig down as fast as you can, and you'll just catch a roach even quicker. But actually, we always used to fish 0.4 or 0.6. And
what's behind that then? What do you think?
Whether it's just the presentation is a little bit better, maybe just gives that little bit slower fall. Whatever it is, it just you got twice as many bites or hooked twice as many fish with them lighter rigs. So sometimes rigs aren't
crudeness
everything.
is not.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes like.
So what's happening here? Because
I think they're just shallow, aren't they?
I'm presuming that, but I wondered if the carp had moved in and I were getting more liners than I am bites because all the fish are shallow. Well, they obviously are shallow.
Yeah.
They want to be shallow. Why wouldn't they be? Which is why I'm trying to feed more casters less often, as in putting 2 pouches in rather than
That's it, mouthful.
just an odd one. Just to try and sort of force fish down to the bottom, which I'm going to make a statement here. I don't think we're fishing this right at all. Yeah, I'm catching fish, and you could be happy. I just remembered why they call them bar of soaps.
It's slippery.
Yeah, and yeah, we're having a lovely day's fishing, and we're catching fish.
How big do you think they are? A pound?
Not quite, no.
Not quite a pound.
No. And if I were trying to catch one of them with more speed, I'd be fishing. If I thought they were on deck, I'd be fishing shorter, or we'd be fishing shallow. It's funny, we've not had an hide, have we? But
they could be mopping up. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't. That were over its back. We saw that, didn't we? Yeah, they could be taking everything just under the surface. So
It's when we go shallow and you start catching 10 shallow. That's when my head will come off. Like what?
it's been known. So, what would you be doing now? Because I'm putting that down just to have a chat about what we think we should be doing. Would you pick up your super shallow rig? Would you
think
pick up
that one that you set up with the white elastic?
Yeah.
And I would go in it. We still haven't checked the
Where am
rules. I need to check the rules, mate. Before I make my next
You
statement.
do right.
Minimum of 12 inches of line between pole tip and float. Minimum 4-inch hook length. No overshotting. So you can fish shallow. Yeah, I would go in really shallow then. This is what I was getting to before I check the rules.
Well, I've just picked up that 4x10 bigger, which is set to about 14 inches deep, I think there. And it might not be the right float at all. It's more of a shallow pellet rig, I would say, but
I use them a lot for F1s though, and yeah, they're really shallow.
that's, yeah.
We should see what this is.
Well, I just put a single caster on because...
Is it lolliper? It is.
Yeah. Anyway, there's your hide.
So if they're in your peg, you can assume that every one of them casters you're throwing in are getting hit.
You would. There must be something getting to... Maybe there's a few
dregs
shells
through, yeah.
getting to the bottom. And I know that when they catch massive weights, I'd play a big part in that.
Definitely.
That's a positive. That's got 3 number 10 shots on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably more like 18 inches deep, that. I'm just gonna... I've got a feeling. Look at me, look. I should be waiting for instruction. I'm not. I'm just getting carried away. And
I can't wait for you to put a back shot on.
I've took my stabilisers off. You want a back shot on this as well? You would.
Oh, remember what we learned at Shell Hill?
You just want back shot. That's right. We're a lot better. And I noticed that my float were all over the place. And do you know something? There's a thing that happens, which is you get carried away. What I mean by that is that, well, I'm going to bag up, and it don't matter, but you've still got to be cute.
Still got to do the fundamentals, right?
Yeah, still got to be cute. So that one, so I've probably got the wrong elastic in this. This probably should also be the 8 to 10. This is a 10 to 12.
Ah, that's where the fish are, isn't it?
Yeah.
100%. Oh.
I know they catch a lot of fish on maggots on this venue, and I don't know if that's because that's what the fish prefer, or if that's what people prefer to use.
Yeah.
Obviously maggots are cheaper than casters and more readily available, of course. So this is completely wrong. Even I can tell this is wrong, because we're getting a bite every single chuck in, 1,000 of them, and not hooking anything. Well, obviously I know we've only been fishing 2 minutes, but funny enough, that wind's dropped a little bit as well. And these are typical hard bites, are they, Joe? What's going off?
Yeah, too deep. Too much slack between your pole tip and float.
Yeah. Yeah, and the mouth and it, feeling it letting go.
Nice.
I just tried to...
Kind of like pulled him on there, didn't he?
Yeah, I tried to hold my line a bit tighter because I was getting told off. It's funny, when you look at fish, you don't feel like the elastic's too strong, but because they're not small fish by any stroke of imagination, are they? So let's just neaten that up a bit then. Back shot on?
Yep, definitely.
Let's do it.
A bit shallower. So you've neatened it up.
Yeah, it's...
One thing, obviously we're not allowed to overshot.
No.
That's one of the rules here. What I like to do when I'm fishing with dibbers is have them as heavily shotted as I can while they're still up.
Yeah. So that we've got
so I'll put like 11s and 12s on, so that it's only just clinging on for dear life.
Yeah.
I think that's massive.
The least amount of resistance. Yeah.
I think that's a real big point to make.
So I've obviously just shallowed that up a bit, and I've had a bite straight away. Tell you what, Joe, back shots. There's no point in setting a rig up without one on. You might as well put them on at home, haven't you? Because they're that good.
They're that important, aren't they?
It was funny, while I was just shorting my rig off, it went flat, and I thought, oh, it's going to be awful, that is. But that ripple's got straight back up. It just holds your float better. A lot better. Float's sat. It's not. Your float's not bobbing in wind. Your back shots are. And I think that there's a few people that are absolutely brilliant at catching these idea, and they've obviously got it sorted. There's a way to do it.
Whoa, that was nice.
Yeah. And
That carp? No, maybe not. That could be.
yeah, it could be, yeah. And like all fishing, there's a way to catch them, isn't there?
I know what that is. No, it's not. Greenback, innit?
I tell you what, he's pulling, isn't he?
He's giving a right good account of himself.
Here's me saying that this elastic's too strong, and
Yeah.
well,
He's having to stand up.
who's got me?
I say, sit this end down.
Yeah, sit down, Ewan. Look at him.
That was unbelievable.
He were angry, weren't he?
Spicy little thing.
Yeah, he's a good fish, him.
That biggest tench of the day, is it?
It certainly is. Look at him, he's a
Shallow.
beauty. Shallow tench. They're that aggressive. There's that many tench, and they want food so much they've come up to the top for it. They've muscled out the lolloping hide. Aggressive, wasn't it, that?
Very. Even the bite was aggressive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He got a point to prove that tench, hadn't he?
He made a count for himself, didn't he?
Just a point worth mentioning for anyone who is fishing the All England. You're not allowed jiggers.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
Because obviously they're so popular now. And it's fishery nets as well. They have all the nets are supplied by the fishery, aren't they?
Yeah. There's a full set of rules which we've published on everybody's email that's got a ticket. You can find the same set of rules on Springvale's website. And the reason why this fishery is so good is because it's well managed, and that includes keeping the fish welfare to a premium, and
Lollipops.
I'm going to say that days like this can only happen if
We look after them, innit?
the fish are happy and healthy, and yeah.
Do me a favour, Mick, will you stick us a number 11 on?
I certainly will. Tell you what, Joe, I'm glad I've put me extra waterproofs and stuff on today, because
It's a soaker, isn't it?
I'm covered in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a soaker. I'm well impressed with this lake.
It's stunning. It's the
This is a bit of me, then.
the different species of fish which I think just allow freedom of doing what you want, but there's enough carp in it to entertain anyway.
I always like, having fished the other lakes, I've never ever had the impression, like, you know, you go on Duke and Dutch, there's a lot of carp in there, but then I never get the impression there's millions of them in there like you get on some fisheries.
I think
Real good balance, isn't there?
I think the beauty of these lakes is that, unlike some fisheries I've been to, which I think is what I know all fishing's peggy, but a lot of commercials, all the fish seem to gather all in one spot, and it makes it slightly unfair, and the draw plays a big part in it. And I think these beauty about these lakes is they catch a bit of wind, they move the fish around, they're open. It's not like fish have only got one place that they want to be in.
Yeah.
That's aggressive.
Is it a tench, mate?
You never know.
Chub.
Ah,
So you've had skimmers, tench, eyed,
chub,
Chub.
carp.
carp. Tell you what, you ain't had the crewy, have you? I don't know if there's a crewies in there because there's millions in the other lakes, isn't there?
The ones that we netted in
God.
Duke were amazing, weren't they?
Remember them little ones that were like
Stunning
fit in your
little
palm of
things.
your hand, didn't
Yeah.
they? Little £2 coins.
Like little, yeah, like little bars of gold.
Yeah.
They were like them chocolate coins you get under the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
That's what they were.
I've got a draw full of them actually.
Watch them, they'll melt in this heat. So I've got a confession to make.
Go on.
I actually put number 10 on.
Did you?
Yeah, because it was the
It's
first one.
took it though, hasn't it?
This is the first one I came to, and that, although that float with I didn't think we particularly stuck out that far.
Yeah.
But it is, so
It's a
these
buoyant
big heads
float.
have got a, well, they've got a big head, haven't they? That's why we called it. Not quite as big as mine, but it's big. And the idea of them was that they could take a pellet or a big bait when you're fishing shallow. But in this instance, where we've only got a caster on, what it means is you can get some shot on them, can't you?
I'd say that rig's performing lovely now, isn't it?
Yeah.
That back shot, the
The back shot's massive.
Yeah. Where you have got to have a 12-inch rule like you do here, you've got to have them on.
The back shots?
Yeah, you've got to have them.
Yeah.
They're just so quick, the eye, they're so quick. By the time your float's gone, you just can't react quickly.
So I've seen you do something with back shots, and I'm wondering if with a 12-inch lash, as you know, just for clarity, lash is what everybody calls between your float and your pole tip. So you're trying to keep that as tight as you can, so that when a fish is snatching at your bait, it's like more, direct. And that shot, I'm just hanging on to it, and it's allowing that. I can tell it's allowing it to keep it tight. It's lovely. So something I've seen you do is, what about spreading them back shots?
Yeah. Oh, look at him. It's something Alan Scott on twigged years ago when we were fishing Lindholm.
Look at the size of that.
Years and years and years ago. When he was first getting into his commercialing. And it's like he masters everything, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
And we were soft pellet fishing at the time, and back shots weren't the thing so much. Not really. A little bit on natural fisheries, but they weren't happening on commercials properly yet. And Alan, clever as he was, realised that at Lindholm you couldn't have a dead short line for pellet fishing because it was windy. So he was using 18 inches of line and then putting a string of number 8s between his float and his pole tip.
Yeah.
And it works a treat, that does. When you want to be right on top of your float, really good. And it's not so many people who see doing it now because obviously that blocker shot has become so popular. But yeah, that strung of number 8s above is really good. And I can imagine actually if you did that here, it'd be lovely.
With the extra length of line, yeah. Just, I was just thinking there that I'm obviously working against that shot.
I'd be tempted to move that shot even closer to your float.
Got you.
So there's even less slack.
And that's interesting because I actually, I'm going to try it as soon as I bring it back in, and I actually thought that to gain maximum tension it'd probably be halfway up, but you're saying it wants to be close. Because that, I know, right, I'm looking at my rig now, I see what you mean. Because
you've got that little bit of play, ain't you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's minuscule, isn't it?
Because that's hanging off the bit, you're talking about my line's tight between my pole tip and my shots, but there's still some slack between my float.
Still going under, isn't it?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah. Yeah, like then, you're saying that probably would have been on.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Worth trying these things.
Yeah, I'm getting like tentative indications. Do you think we're fishing the right depth?
I think you could probably come even shallower. But to be fair, you just caught 5 or 6 fish really quickly there.
Yeah, well,
and they were hooking themselves, and it was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know what, I think what you're just saying about them not quite tight enough. So that's now probably 2.5 inches away.
But
so
single caster?
Yeah, I've got a single caster hook, and of course in our more advanced sessions of this, would we talk about banded caster? Did you see that then? That were.
See, I think we need a lighter elastic for what we're doing now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because we've got less slack. Sort that bit out. That I remember, and we mentioned this before. It looks like the rig is set at the right depth, because when I'm hooking my fish, it's almost as though they're not coming up for it or going down for it. Because when I'm hooking them fish, they kind of, they're just solid, as though they're right on where I'm fishing. I've got
See
to,
that?
yeah, I've got to,
They're on the pole, aren't they?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And if we had a slightly softer elastic, and that's the beauty about puller kits, isn't it? That we can, and when you've got this like strong elastic, as in it's thin elastic, but it's strong, so you can pull against it.
Of course, with all this, like with like having the shots close to your float and all that, there is a tipping point. Like it can all be too tight and as well. You know, I'm not just saying that that's the only way to do it, because sometimes you do need a bit of play, you do need a bit of fall in your rig and stuff. So sometimes it's not as clinical as what you'd like it to be. Like you think they just hook themselves every single time doing that, but maybe not. Although I think we've had a couple of chances, haven't we?
Oh no, there's
Felt the
definitely,
pole tip.
yeah, it's kind of probably not got in the right rhythm with the feet, because it's important to keep feeding accurately and get your regularity right as well, I think, is it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And what about quantities then, Joe? What about how many casters to throw in at a time?
I think the luxury of this venue is that we haven't got a million nuisance fish to feed off with natural baits, you know. And Shell Hill was the same, wasn't it? Like,
tell me what you mean by that.
as in, a lot of the fisheries that are full of 2-ounce roach and 2-ounce skimmers and stuff, you're obviously feeding a lot of your baits go into them, innit?
Got you.
Whereas here, you throw in casters in, it's getting ate by something you really want to catch, to be fair.
They're all quality fish.
Yeah. So I don't think this is one of the venues where you would need tons and tons of bait. I think how you're feeding now, nice and steady,
Yeah.
would be about right. Something's not quite right though, is it?
No, I don't know if something spooked them, whether they've gone down a little bit, because there's not so many bites, is there? It's not dinking away. He says. So what I was going to say is that maybe this is for a more advanced session when we've got a bit better at it, but tell me about banded casters and that sort of.
Yeah, banded casters are great. Really is good.
What's the advantage with that? Speed?
A lot of things. There's a few advantages, Mick. Like when it comes to slapping, if you slap when you've hooked a caster on, doesn't happen every time, but there's a lot of the times your caster will get bust as it hits the surface.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen when you band it, so you can slap to your heart's content. Quite often the caster stays on the hook when you unhook the fish, so you can catch multiple fish on the same one.
Yeah, got you.
It'll stay on the band. And obviously the whole hook's exposed, so you've got more chance of pricking the fish. So
Yeah, because I wouldn't think first thing I want to do with a hard pellet is band it, but
yeah,
with a caster as a natural angle, I want to just put chub hook. I want to put my hook through it because that's
what you want to do, isn't it?
natural.
Try
Yeah.
maggots, Mick.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Give maggots like double red or something. Have you got any reds?
I've only got dead ones, I think.
Time for another tea.
I've got a lovely selection of fluoros. I've got plenty of bronze.
Well, you might catch more trouble on them.
Yeah.
Probably find a dace.
What is it about bronze maggots that we all loved about on the rivers? Anybody any idea? Is it because they were only whites back then? And
Yeah, what was the thing with bronze?
hey up, maggots is the one, Joe. 2 fluoro maggots.
Lolliper and all, isn't it?
Yeah. Easier for him to, harder for him to eject or easier for him to swallow? What's the?
What with maggots?
Mmm.
Not really sure. Soft, aren't they?
Less snatchy. Because casters are great when the fish are really on them. Because they can't help themselves, can they? They just want to.
Same with like when you're fishing casters. Often a wormhead's really good, isn't it? Can be better than a caster.
Massive, yeah.
Don't know what it is, but there's just.
Yeah, on natural venues, I've actually spent time when I've fed casters, never even tried putting one out, just put wormhead on.
Wormhead, yeah.
Similar size to a caster. You get up more bites.
Interesting. Ah, there you go. That's better already, isn't it?
See, that's you, innit? You knew. Yeah, because the indications are turning into
Different fish as well. They probably can just see it better. That's a cracker, isn't it?
that's a beauty. And the old policy of unhooking while you're in there, they're great fish.
See, all of a
you
sudden,
can see
this is so much better than how we had it before, isn't it?
loads better. I think the rig's
working.
yeah. Everything's nice and tight.
There's a duck here behind you, and he's like your biggest fan.
He's got all my LPs. What's he after? He's after some bait, probably.
Old Dog New Tricks 1, Old Dog New Tricks 2. Fishing in a garden.
Yeah, fishing in the
Knows them
garden.
all.
That were a great video. Amount of people ask me about, whose is that garden? Well, I can tell you it's not mine.
No.
It's Andrew and
Technically in
Rogers
someone's garden here, aren't we?
and Kath. Oh yeah, this is the family that have got this place. We're right in the centre of their universe here.
And what an amazing job they've done of it, by the way.
Oh, incredible.
And we're here on a Monday, and it's packed with anglers again.
Yep.
Every time we come here, it's packed with anglers, no matter whether you come in the winter, summer.
It's funny, I got lazy then and I just picked up 2 dead maggots, which weren't fluoros, because well, it's quicker, just pick them out of that dead tub.
Deads aren't right, are they?
And I've missed. I had 2 or 3 dinks. Wait till I put them. No, because they're not like casters, are they? Deads are great when you're fishing on deck because they're not wafting. That's funny, that. That's a good exercise. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that, whatever you do.
Don't be lazy.
Such a comfy seat, this, you know.
It will be. You've got an easy job, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Just sat there.
Sitting here, drinking tea.
Yeah, yeah. Here I am, look, grafting. Definitely learning.
A couple of bronze on this time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think I've got a bronze and a fluoro because that's what came out into my hand first. They'll have them, won't they, surely?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you can see odd fish swirling into...
I've got a feeling a bit like what happened in the last episode, that them big eyed will be really shallow again, I reckon.
Yeah. And I tell you what else I learned as well. When you, I mean, obviously we just had like 2 or 3 fish really, really quickly, and then you go in and not had one here, and you get impatient.
I mean, look at them.
Yeah, I know they're swirling in that bait, aren't they? And you shouldn't get impatient because that speed at which you're catching them is ridiculous. And what I remember from before is you'd catch 2 or 3 big-eyed, they'd back off a little bit, catch 2 or 3. Do you remember we were doing that? And
yeah, definitely. And you think all of a sudden your world falls apart because you're like, why can't I catch one?
yeah.
Well, you probably just caught that little shoal that's been in your peg.
And they probably bully out a few of the other fish as well. And
Peaks and troughs of your session, isn't it?
yeah, very interesting very important to remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. Really important.
So our shallow, because I can almost see fish breaking surface here, even today when it's not super flat. They're obviously right up there, and we're not catching them. Is that because we're not shallow enough?
Yeah, I think they're really shallow, mate.
Yeah.
I think there's some hide there at the minute, and I think they're sat super shallow.
Yeah, you can see.
You can see them, can't you?
Yeah. I mean, that were a big swirl, that like, wasn't it? Right in that bait. Here comes a spy plane.
He's happy with your feeding now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not rushing to 3 pellets.
Tell you what I am impressed with, you haven't even thought about feeding that short pellet line again.
No,
It
because
doesn't cross your mind, does it?
no, because what I learnt before was that if I want to catch it, I'll just throw 3
Yeah.
pellets in, and concentrate on this, because I'm not trying, what's the point in trying to gather 50 carp, because I can only catch one when I go in. So if we wanted to come back on it, what you've taught me in the past is that either fish will be there because they want to be there, or we can bring them to there because they're inquisitive.
Hide. The hide are here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Beauties.
They're the weight builders, aren't they? Maggot's still wriggling.
Right, should we come back in a little while then, once we've...
I think we should, because that's been incredible, isn't it?
Been good, yeah. It's so hot, Mick, I've even conceded that a tee just isn't hitting it's just not hitting the spot. So I'm on water now.
Wow, it must be warm. It's we've had a lovely period of warm weather, which has, I think, contributed to fishing being so good at the minute as well.
I mean, the water's so warm, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. The fish have all woke up. I think one of the most important things is they get that spawning situation out of the way, don't they? And that's massive, because when they've not spawned, that's the one thing that I always found difficult about commercials, is that the wrong time of year they're really hard to catch because they're not ready to feed, are they?
I always think I've been growing up, obviously, like fishing with the Bounty Blacks and stuff. I always remember chatting to, like, you know, Dennis and people like that who've, you know, had a little play with commercials in the close season.
Yeah.
And they go in and they're like, oh, it's really peggy, it's not for me. All the fish are in certain pegs, but they couldn't pick a worse time to actually be on the commercials because the fish are shoaled up for spawning.
Well, I've got a funny feeling that's what I've done wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas you come now, July, August, September, fish are everywhere.
And I'm off doing something else, I'm on rivers. And
yeah, you wouldn't even consider it. Whereas before you would have gone on the close season, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'll tell you what else I wouldn't have considered either. Fishing like this, because this is mega. And what I mean by that is that these eider back, we've just had a tench after tench after tench, and now that's 2 hiding 2 chokes, and that's what I find interesting, now the different shoals of fish moving in and out of your swim. I mean, we've been having them tench up to a pound and a quarter every single chuck in, that double fluoro maggot, which seems to have been a game changer really.
Oh, your double maggots come off.
Oh, it has it.
Yeah, maggots has definitely been the right upbait, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. They seem to hang on to it a bit longer.
Yeah.
Whereas they were like, sort of, what I think, flicking caster in and out of the mouth, and it weren't the right one. I think they hang on to these a bit longer. What I'm presuming.
I think you're dead right.
Whatever it is, it certainly works. And
that rig's working a treat, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's certainly what you've got, like, right, shallower, right, that's somewhere near there, back shot closer to my float. You know, you just constantly like push the rig, because you're looking at it from where you're sat, and your experience is just, I mean, that is
perfect example, isn't it? Yeah,
because the way you've got me with that rig, I'm going to show it everybody actually, because it's brilliant. You can just tell that it's more devastating and efficient because the fish aren't getting away with the bait, because you've got it all nice and tight, as we call it, or as you've called it, keep it all nice and tight, and I can see what that means more effectively today than ever. So I've probably got the wrong length on, because that's actually,
yeah, it's working though,
6 inch, and then I've got that little bulk of shot, which is the 3 number 10 shots with that little number 10 stock trimmer that we did it to sit it back down a little bit, and I'm fishing 11 inches deep, and then them 2 number 8 back shots, which are 2.5 inches, I'm going to say, 2.5 inches above me rig, and of course I've got 12 inches
above that
of line above my float, because that's the regulations here at Springvale.
But to be fair, Mick, if that rule was different, I mean, you're catching them so quick.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you gain that much more shortening.
No, it's comfortable. My pole's sort of sat across my knee. That's the first time I've struck that, because they've just been pulling me, but that's funny. Look at that, wind's dropped.
Wind drops.
Yeah. But I think that's spot on what you've done there, and that's what I meant by what I said. That I would have thought I'd be fishing like that, because that's a real efficient shallow rig that's basically keeping everything tight and catching loads of fish. I think one of my maggots has come off.
That is interesting, isn't it? It's just gone flat, calm.
Yeah, as we were talking, it dropped flat. And because when we're fishing so shallow, I think, does that wind have a massive effect like
Absolutely,
that, Joe?
Yeah, massive. Just drop them down a little bit.
Yeah.
They're there, weren't they?
Yeah. Like that then, it just tightened up. And because the line's tight, I didn't even have to strike it, just holding them back shots. It's a brilliant lesson, that, for me. That's a 10 shot.
Would you say that the back shots has been one of the biggest revelations that you've had since we've been doing this?
Massively.
Because it makes such a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, massive.
Whether it's edge fishing, short fishing, long fishing.
Well, the one thing, the difference between the fishing that I've done all my life and this is that I've normally got a nice big float, maybe a bulker shot,
Yep.
Olivet, let's say, and I've got line up milk length on bottom, ligging on, usually, and that does the work of holding the float still. I use the bottom of the rig for stability, and sometimes you'll just let your float drift and you can see it tighten up to your bulk shot, or it just kind of drags, doesn't it? Whereas you've not got that advantage with this, because obviously shallow, your bait's suspended and there's no that's anchoring your bait. But even when you're fishing on deck, you're only just on deck. There's no spare line, and that back shot definitely stabilises your rig. And I'll tell you what else it does and all, it stops you drifting. It stops you, like...
You've got to be disciplined, haven't you?
Yeah, because you're hanging on to your... You're hanging on to your... That was a gust of wind, wasn't it? You're hanging on to your back shot, which then means you're controlling your flow, which means you're keeping it in the right place. And so we've just gone from flat calm to blowing a gale. There, look, it's perfect.
The difference now is you're not missing any bites. When you get one, you can feel it on the end, can't you?
Yeah. It's
so your depth's dead right.
Everything's spot on.
And actually, that white's performing quite nice, isn't it?
Well, it is with these 10 slow, because
yeah.
they're not tiny, are they? Look at that one. He's £1 for him. So that's been mega. I mean, obviously we've started short, caught all them fish, then gone onto his caster line. I mean, what's not to love about them? Look at them. See if I can hold him.
Incredible amount of tension here.
Yeah, and they were fishing quite obviously, because it's so warm. I mean, look at them. What's not to love about them? Quite quickly, it were obvious that all the fish were shallow. So, as you would do, you've stopped messing around, fishing deep, Mick, get shallow, and, well, game
now you're
changer.
having a lovely time, aren't you?
So, just a quick question then from me. You could take a giant off here and catch them closer, you think?
I'm not sure what you gain.
Look at that.
I'm not sure what you gain, Mick.
Interesting.
Because it takes you a second to ship that section further. It's not like it's taking you...
Well, that's funny, because I'm comfortable at this distance.
Yeah, no, I think that's a little
bit. But I'm sat here thinking you want to fish further.
Or closer.
Closer,
No, there's a point of no return with shallow fish. Look at another tench. There's a point of no return. There's always a lovely, happy medium.
It caught me out, that
like at Shell Hill, I felt like we could have gone a section further there.
Yeah.
And the fish would have been more comfortable because it was so hot and still. Whereas today, this looks bang on.
Yeah.
Sometimes you push it, me, I push it and push it and push it and end up coming closer and closer, and then you get to a point where you don't get bites. So
he's a better fishing.
I know, I was thinking, how long does it actually take you to ship top kitten 2? Not very long.
Look at them. Amazing fish.
And they're well over £1, aren't they?
Oh yeah. And it literally is one of bungs. So that's interesting, because I'm sat here thinking Joe will be fishing closer, catching them quicker, more efficient. But I tell you what, I think this is a nice,
comfy, isn't it?
Comfortable distance, for just enough to ship out. You've got enough pole in your hand, so it's balanced. Because that can be the case, unless you're fishing a top kit. Sometimes putting one on, taking one off can be awkward, can't it?
Yeah, it can. Because you're not really on your roller, you're not...
Yeah, there's nowhere to put your sections. Yeah, I finish up. Terrible habit.
You end up clunking it around your roost and all sorts, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, you do. Yeah. Put it under your backside, or
yeah.
There's all sorts going off.
Oh, I mean, Mick, this is poetry in motion.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Well,
I reckon I can go and sit in the bar while you show them how to fish in the edge.
Well, no, you've put me right on this, and of course that means that it's not going to be long before we're going down this edge, and you can show me how to do that as well.
Another tench.
Tench, oh. So, cracked it. Let's have a look at this margin.
Yeah, can't wait. Mick, it's margin time. My favourite time.
It's everybody's favourite time, I think. So I'm going straight in, loading my hook up with maggots.
How are you going to feed it then? Because I'm going to leave this bit to you.
Well, my thoughts were that we wouldn't need to do out daft by and just go in, because of course earlier when we threw them pellets in, we got a bite straight away, and I'm thinking, well, carp were obviously close here, so they won't be too far away from there, but that kind of goes against the grain, especially with margin fishing, because I always feel like I should kick it off.
Yeah.
But my first question to you was,
Bit of a ritual.
do I need a pot on the end of my pole, and if so, which one? Because I've treated myself to a new pot look.
I know.
So I've got the big one, and then I've got the really big one.
Proper one.
Yeah, I remember when we put this idea to Todd, the designer at Preston, because we realised that not everybody had a cup kit, so we needed a cup that you could use on a normal top kit that were as good as a cup and in cup type thing, a big pot. Which, talking of big pots, I've made my decision while I was talking. I'm going to kick it off. Just can't help myself as a feeder.
Like I say, it's like a bit of a ritual, isn't it? It's like,
yeah, and
get some bait in.
It's funny, isn't it? Because of course, a lot of things what we've been talking about is not tons of bait. Got some water into that, Joe. That's nice and heavy. You can see that.
See it in the pot.
You can feel it. That's the one. That's the sort of thing that I'm learning. That when I said to you, I kind of carp and margins, and you got the fundamentals. But I'm sort of learning. There's not enough water in that, and I can tell by the weight of it when it's got enough water in it. And they're the sorts of things that I'm learning from this teaching, is that you start to get more comfortable with
Okay, Mick. I just saw a little tail poke out there.
Cheeky little tail. I'm going to put that on ready for when we need to feed, but yeah, they're the sorts of fundamentals, and it's about confidence. And all of a sudden I'd put my hand in that bowl and go, that's not wet enough, because Joe would have it wetter than that. And that becomes a rule of thumb, doesn't it? You start to get confident
in what you're doing. Oh,
there's fish, isn't there? In fact, there's fish one way and the other.
So what ground bait mix you gone for then, Mick? Yes.
That is half a bag of Sonu Match Method Marine.
Yep.
Which is a nice, strong, coarse ground bait. I love Match Method mix. And then I had what were left of a bag of 50-50 green, which I've been using at Ferry Meadows and Southfield. I like that ground bait. It's good for bream and skimmers. Real strong it is. And I just add that to it because I had a third of a bag left, really. But what I love about the Match Method mix is it's chunky. It's quite coarsely ground.
Yep. Whereas
the Sonu 50-50, that's quite a fine ground bait. I missed my chance then, didn't I? Should have had that in net. That's a lot finer ground bait, which is why I like it. I can fish for skimmers, I can fish for bream, I can do whatever I want with it.
Yeah.
Whereas the Match Methods, ground a bit coarser. Tell you what, I had that in. That should have been it net. I should have been catching another one by now.
Sometimes you get them and they're like following like a dog on a lead, don't they?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's got caught its breath and I'm the victim then.
So I heard you just mention something there, which I think I've got an idea what you're talking about, but you mentioned it's a strong fish meal mix.
Yeah.
But isn't a fish meal mix just a fish meal mix? Or is there different fish meals? Is there different pellets? What do you mean by that?
Massively different. So it's the strength of the ingredients. obviously,
So you're saying you go into a shop and you've that wall of fish meal ground, it's not all the same?
nowhere near, no. And I'm going to say it's not easy to know, and that's going to seem like a bit of frustration for people that I'm saying, well, yeah, you won't work it out, it's hard, but you can, because ground baits, well, so new ones especially, I know for a fact are made from ground pellets. There's two types of pellets. There's expanders, which obviously float, and then there's like feed pellet that sink. They're your two basics, and then within that you've got varying levels of oil in them. And so in a sinking feed pellet, one extreme would be a halibut pellet, which we all know is jet black, full of oil, because it's made from
high protein.
Yeah, and that's for feeding, growing fish on, things like that. And then you've got your normal coarse pellets that you might buy from a commercial fishery, which are, you know, the run of the mill. And then there's some that don't have much oil in them at all, and they're made for a purpose. And then, depending on what your ground bait's ground up from, gives you varying levels of fish meal strength or oil strength, or both. And I think for different types of fish, so for instance, a lot of fishing I do, bream and skimmers, skimmers prefer a less stronger mix, and big bream prefer a stronger mix. And if you were fishing for big fish, that was lovely, wasn't it? It's that's just sat nice.
You got that beautiful already.
Yeah, everything's really clean, isn't it?
Might have got your pot size right immediately.
And for me, choosing the right ground bait for the right type of fish. So for instance, if I want to get mithered, here's me showing off, and it weren't right, wasn't it, look? If I were getting mithered with roach and I were using a very light, low strength fish meal, I might be inclined to put stronger fish meal in, a bit like you would if you were feeding maggots and then you wanted to feed pellets. Pellets would put off the roach, whereas maggots would attract them. Well, maggots have got no fish meal content and pellets have got some fish meal content. Well, the same goes if you was, for instance, bream and skimmer fishing. I can't get my rigging for a carp.
Yeah, they've come to that, haven't they?
Yeah, they have come to
that. So obviously with a natural venue, you're sort of trying to select the better fish, or vice versa?
Yeah, or vice versa, yeah, if you wanted to select skimmers.
But what about like for this then? Oh, all right. Are you just using the strongest one you can? Because the two you mentioned, the marine and the 50-50, I assume are strong.
They're both strong.
Yeah.
I certainly think that, especially.
I mean, the water's about as warm as you're going to get in the UK right now, isn't it?
Yeah, and this place is full of silvers, isn't it?
Yeah.
This particular thing. So this morning, when I was like, right, I need some ground bait in case Joe wants me to fish down margins.
You're not looking at F1, are you?
No. I'm trying to put them off, which I was concerned that maggots wouldn't be right, but of course, these carp are obviously down this margin, and there's no chance of any silvers getting the nose in, are there? Is there? So I think the ground bait selections.
Yeah, I know it's something you pay a real lot of attention to where you're fishing in general, isn't it?
Massively.
I know you are a ground bait man.
It would wrap round that. I wonder what we're going on then. Round its fin. No, I think.
And I think probably your international experience played into that a bit, hasn't it?
With feeder fishing, I think you're even more reliant on ground bait to do some of the work for you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you can't always get feed where you want it because you're restricted to putting it through a feeder. So, for instance, if you were potting in down this edge, you can put more maggots in, you can put any amount of ground bait in you want, but if you're chucking a feeder 80 yards, well, there's only a certain size of feeder you can do that with.
Yeah.
So you have to use other tools in your armoury accordingly. Do you know what always amazes me? That were just inside its mouth, but yet maggots were chewed to death.
Yeah.
It's had it in its throat, hasn't it? And
then the hook's obviously caught it on its way out, hasn't it?
Yeah. So back to this lesson. Maybe I just accidentally happened on the ground bait, but all them ground baits are good. Love match method mix dark. This marine one's a brilliant addition to that little gang.
What's gone on with your back shot here? Just tweaked
Oh,
something.
Joe, don't tell me off.
Is it the float or is it the...
Yeah, that's a good point, that is. I think the back shots have just moved. No. No, that's about right. Obviously, what's confused me, not confused me, but it's a great thing what's happened today here. So last time we went fishing, the margin was a bit weird. And it was shallow, weren't it?
Yeah.
And today, it's shallow, but yet we're still fishing, we're fishing with ground bait. So come on.
Right, a bit like what we mentioned in episode 2, here you've got a different scenario in the fact that you can find shallow water against something. So you are fishing, relatively within a foot of that bank, aren't you?
Yeah.
So the fish can't necessarily get behind it too much. Whereas at Shell Hill, to get in any sort of shallow water, you were still a metre off the bank, weren't you? To get in that depth what you've got there.
Yes.
So the fish can blow all that bait up that sort of shallow beach zone.
I'll tell you what's happened there. It's my float that had moved.
It's moved, hasn't it?
My float had moved, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got all this situation
I need
where
to push that rubber up.
the fish are blowing the bait where you aren't fishing. Whereas here, if they blow the bait up, they're just blowing it into that bank and you're up against the bank anyway. So we're controlling the fish using the bank. This would be like fishing against a mudline on the far side of an island, or using that bank to control the fish.
I didn't mark it off like a plonker. Too busy I was too giddy this morning trying to get in. So it's the shelter of the proximity of
that bank. You're using the bank to control the fish
to stop it blowing the bait everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm putting a few maggots in that ground bait up at top. Do we keep putting maggots in, or do we just put ground bait in? What?
I like to just feed ground bait. I've got to be honest. But
what's your theory there then?
I just kind of want the only maggot to be mine. But this is working, isn't it?
Well, I think I've obviously foul hooked one, and some of these bites aren't clean. They're more like dragging under. Is that because I've got too many maggots in there, driving them crackers?
Might be the pot too big. We might have to downsize a pot.
Interesting. Because it's not deep, because...
Yeah, I always think you want to just... Again, it takes a bit of experimentation on your peg. You want to feed just enough so that it's relatively clean every time you feed. You don't want to build up a bait on the bottom, because that's when you start having problems. So if you just keep piling the ground bait in, you get to a point where there's bait everywhere and they're very hard to catch then.
Yeah.
Whereas if you reduce the pot size sometimes, you've got to imagine it's either been dispersed or eaten by the time you get back in. So you're starting with a fresh every time.
Yeah.
And if you can get that magic amount...
That's amazing for me, because pots are pots are pot. I mean, obviously, jokingly, we've got that big pot, which I've seen you use that bit. I wouldn't have thought that we'd be talking about the difference between the one I've got on, and yeah, I've got them smaller in my bag, but I'd always presume that were like when you were tapping pellets in, but I'd have thought that would it have made any difference when the difference between this and some half the size as to the amount of ground bait that we're winning, but obviously what you're saying is it does.
I
feel
you've
like
got a lot
I've
of
got too
fish,
many fish in my peg here, Joe, if I'm honest.
and there's another thing going off here, which I've mentioned many times. I think you might be fishing too far away.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fish there.
Well, I've just put my pole on bank because I feel like I'm letting my float drift with all the... And that's about as close as I can see it, if I'm honest. There's a lot of fish there.
There's a lot. Almost too many.
Interesting.
For the amount of bites you're getting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly not clean, is it?
Hey Mick, it may be that it would have been better off just hard pelleting it again.
Interesting. Yeah, because they are absolutely going bananas there, and obviously I've not fed, and what I've learned off unit passes, I should be trying to feed now to catch one. One pot, one fish, one pot, one fish. So I'm beginning to wonder if that is the fact that I put too much in, because all of a sudden now I feel like they've eaten it all, although there's some boils and swells everywhere.
Before we make any moves as in where we're fishing, just get another little bait tub and mix some of that ground bait up so it's like paste. You know, so they can't waft it everywhere.
Yeah.
And let's make it like a really firm paste and feed that and see if we can pin them in one spot a bit more, because I'm looking and they're spread out up and down that bank, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're moving that bait,
I remember
aren't
from
they?
last time when there were fish 3 yards up to the left and to the right of where I'd fed. They're everywhere.
It's quite similar, isn't it, to what we experienced last time?
Yeah, not dissimilar at all.
Swines.
It's good though, because when I went in I thought, here we go, I've got this sorted straight away. Clearly not.
It's just worth saying as well, like for anyone watching, we're actually down the edge earlier than what we would be normally.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing, because we've got a big wind on today and prolific fishing, and I think when you've got them combination, you sometimes do catch down the edge a bit earlier. It's prolific, isn't it?
So more to a stodge.
Yeah.
So it sinks to the bottom.
Let's see if we can.
Yeah, like a heavy paste. Like so it's like a ball like that.
Yeah, let's give that a go.
Brilliant.
I knew I'd get your pace fishing.
Well, I can see what's going off here.
So
You're getting your fix, aren't you? So I'm not going to put any maggots in this time either.
yeah, let's just see if we can pin them down a bit.
That wind's got up as well, hasn't it?
It's really windy now, yeah. You struggled to fish long today, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, the beauty about this place is you don't need to by the looks of it.
And I know people often ask, well, why don't you just put less bait in that big pot? But it's quite hard to stay disciplined like that. You know,
When I fished soft pellet in winter for skimmers, a friend of mine, Andy Oldham, put me around it. He's very good at that game. I had some tiny pots, like them pop bottle top.
Yep.
Off the kids' juice bottles. And he said, no, you need to cut it in half. I went, oh, it's tiny, I can't even get my thumb in it. And he said, no, because a full size one is twice as many pellets as you need. And so if I cut it in half, I can't physically get any more pellets in it. And I was like, well, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
so
helps you get a bit of discipline.
Yeah, it regulates. You can't get them in, so you can't overfeed it. And sure enough, I cut some down and I got tons of pellets in it, more than enough. Caught loads of skimmers, didn't overfeed it. It was so efficient, and as you said, self-regulating.
And when you're trying to do that with the ground bait and you're thumbing it into the pot to get that lovely release with the holes in the bottom of the pot, it's very hard to do that when you're only half filling the pot.
Yeah. You when you want to compress them in.
I can't, like.
No. See, that looked like a bite first time.
Yeah. Probably a tench.
Oh, that's why.
We've not had any tail since then, have we?
No, but I think we've calmed it down a little bit.
Oh, it is a carp.
It is, but
it's a very small one.
Yeah, and it's not hooked. Look at him.
Common
character.
It's all about the margins, isn't it? Cracking these margins again.
Every time, because these are the deal breakers, aren't they? When it comes to maximising a weight and putting a big weight on scales. Fish obviously
It's funny because I'm
want to
keeping
be in this close, don't they?
Oh yeah, definitely, especially with this wind. I'm looking at this and like, there's not been a single tail come up since you've done that.
No.
I don't whether that's a good thing. We'll we'll find out.
Well, I love it when it don't quite go to plan, because I think I'm always sort of thinking that people watching must go, oh yeah, well, you're always going to catch like that. It's dead easy and it's solid and you don't need to try. And it means that we genuinely, every time we go fishing, we've got a different scenario and we have to work at it. It's not textbook, is it?
No, absolutely not. And then we've got the it's definitely calmer now, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot calmer.
Oh.
That were a definite line bite and spooked him off.
See, now I'd come back and feed.
Yeah, mate, you're right. I'm still watching out vortexes, enjoying myself. I'm not.
Because as we know, that's a bit of pace that I would put on, and they eat
Yeah,
that in one, don't they?
Yeah, he's probably just eating that. Yeah.
It always amazes me how attractive they find pace, like ground bait.
Yeah,
They do find it, don't they?
what is it? Is it the?
I think your baits, like the signals, that whatever that's coming off it, the aminos and all that jazz, must be so.
Yeah.
Must just be pumping out into the water, mustn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas pellets, it's locked in with pellets, isn't it? It's got skin on it.
Good point. Yeah.
Whereas with ground bait, it's just like open, isn't it?
Yeah, they can probably. It's like soluble, isn't it? It's already.
And it must just be sending off little signals all around your peg,
And it probably tastes, looks, and feels like something that's been in peg for a while as well. Because obviously, if you put a load of pellets in there, eventually they turn into ground bait, wouldn't they?
Mm.
Well, it's all gone a bit cleaner.
It's definitely gone cleaner, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That little tweak. You're still feeding the same bait, but you just change how you're feeding it.
Oh, it's definitely a new trick.
I always remember we were doing a magazine feature with Steve Ringer years and years ago, and we were at Meadowlands, and it was ground bait down the edge when that was first really becoming popular, you know. And I remember him bringing a 2 kilo bag of ground bait. I forget which one it was. Dynamite, I think he was with at the time. And he couldn't catch. We'd gone to do a margin one, and we'd got there in the morning, which is fatal because we were trying to do it all day instead of at the right time of day.
Yeah.
And what was happening? In the end, I says, "Oh, I'll put a bucket full in, like like a proper dollop of ground bait in."
That's handy.
And I'll walk it down and I'll put it in and try and force something to happen.
Yeah.
He went in, he caught one straight away over this big bucket load of ground bait. He caught another one, and then he couldn't catch anything. And he's like, "Well, surely the bait's still there." I got my landing net and I scooped it in. This is like within 10 minutes, all the bait had gone.
Wow.
Like a kilo of ground bait, 2 kilos of ground bait.
Yeah, because what they've not eaten, they've wafted away, haven't they?
Yeah, it was all gone.
But they can drink it in, can't they? Just swallow it and. Clear to me that these. I mean, I've seen you with that paste, and it's quite clear that.
Oh, we'll be having a field day on it today.
They want to eat it, don't they? Is this prime paste?
It's just a perfect time of the year for it, Mick. The water's warm.
Yeah. Well, they're obviously coming to ground bait, which is paste.
Finished morning.
Yeah.
They're in spring. They have that spell, don't they, where they want to eat casters and worms and meat and things. They're through that now. They just want fish meal now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not protein now. It's just food, isn't it? And wow, the fish are coming into this. So much turbulence and disturbance. It makes me realise why it's no good fishing a light rig in this circumstance.
It's just a waste of time.
Yeah, it's just going to get wafted everywhere, isn't it? this is a 414's Fury, and I'm saying you could even use one stronger than that.
What are we thinking, Mick?
Well, it's calmer. I'm a bit calmer because there's this massive thing. I keep repeating myself, but you can be in a rush with this game, can't you? Trying to break every world record, and that's not the way to catch fish. It's about being orderly and in control. We started off in control, and it's the same with this. Obviously, that, even though it was just one big pot of ground bait, but then every time I'd hook to fish, I was putting this pot on. I'm actually not putting a full.
You've rammed it in a bit.
Yeah, I'm not ramming it in. I'm just. Yeah, I didn't think that were. I didn't think it felt like that.
What's you thinking to get this right?
Well, going on what we did last time, I feel that there's a couple of things going off. One is, is it too shallow there and it's all a bit crazy and I can see the tails. Although that is 16 inches deep, and I know that that's a good depth, especially in this warm water. And I'm then thinking about the hard pellet situation, because what's happening is they're just going bananas of a ground bait, but I ain't really got any other thoughts in my head apart from, do we tap 3 pellets in, catch one? This is calmer, and I feel like I'd like to.
Doesn't feel like we're catching enough for what's in your peg though, does it?
No, because just then that were foul hooked, and that's because it's all crazy. Yeah, I don't feel like we've got out right, and I feel like my float's dancing everywhere, which is never right. Because that's now eating that pace, that ground bait sort of thing. And I don't think it's even got its eyes on my maggots. Because I'm not getting one fish coming in, I'm getting a couple of fish coming in, and they're going bananas. It's probably eating that ball of paste, and then I'm sat there with no out to fish on. So for me, it's either hard pellet or I ain't got a clue, is the truth. What are you thinking?
I think it's hard pellet. I think it's take a joint off, come closer.
What, clean swim?
Clean swim.
Yeah.
And then let's just try doing what we did last time.
Brilliant.
Because it's, I mean, they're coming to that, aren't they? But we're not catching them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tench, but...
I think if you put your hook in your ground bait, you might.
Yeah, if I fish pace, yeah, I think we'd be great, wouldn't we? But...
Tench?
Yeah.
He's reliable.
Accident. Very obliging.
Yeah, I reckon we could probably rework that rig that you were using on your top kit.
Yeah.
Find a nice little spot on a kit and one to your right.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And we're like the hard pellet people these days, aren't we?
That's all we do. That's us.
So what's the plan then, Mick?
Well, I've reworked that rig.
Yep.
I tell you what else, I've put a 4-inch hook length on it to make sure that we've got as bulk as far down as we can. We probably could have even got away with a 3-inch, and I'm just going to remark that float and pull my back shots down, because I've come a bit close and it's a tad shallower, but still.
So we're going to have a nice little pot on.
Yeah. Get rid of this big ball. Let me get my pellets out. 6 mils, Joe?
Yeah. I think,
yeah, so I've put a banded 911 14.
It's going to be interesting to see how responsive they are to the noise, because obviously at Shelt Hill they love you could feed 2, couldn't you, and get a response.
Oh, they knew, but I think fish here today have been quite
noisy.
Yeah, noise responsive, haven't they? Lovely little bag of pots.
Have you found yourself looking at pots more?
Oh, exactly.
I end up with that many different pots. pots for a job.
Well, that's the thing about fishing tackle, isn't it? Because what do we need all this fancy fishing tackle for? Why are we constantly bringing out new product? Well, because we find better ways, don't we? To do what we already do, but refine it.
And it'd just be interesting if this has got the same pulling power or enough pulling power.
Yeah.
It would probably lead to a much quieter swim, but hopefully clean bites, which is what we're after, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can chase them tails and chasing rainbows, chasing shadows, whatever you want to call it. Great, isn't it? All them boils and wafts. I had loads of fish down swim, but didn't catch out. Didn't convert anything, which is no use to anybody, is it?
Mesmerised was the term you used
Mesmerised
on the last one.
Yeah,
And it's dead right.
Well, you do. You start to think, oh, it's brilliant. I've got them there, got them there, got them. Next thing you know, half an hour's gone past, and mated. Next peg's got 5, and you've got like 2 scales, a tangled rig, and a frustrated head. That would have bite up.
Look at you shipping back.
Yeah. Well, that's it. If they're coming to that noise, I need to keep making it, don't I? Rattle them in. It's funny because I look at that, we're talking about pots, and I'm like, almost need a pot that can deliver 3 pellets straight down one hole, whereas when I'm shaking them, I'm getting a bit of a spread. Not much, but the main.
Yeah, in ideal ways, you wouldn't have a lid on, wouldn't you?
Yeah, maybe that's the crack.
But you need to be a hell of a shipper out of her, wouldn't you?
Well, I'm sure that somebody like yourself who does it a lot has probably got that spot on, but I've got the safety of a lid with an hole in it. But so here's a thought that's going through my mind: are there days when we don't catch down the margins, or is it purely just a case of we always do? We just got to get it right. What?
Yeah, there's days like that. I mean, maybe the answer was given to us on a postcard within 5 minutes of our session starting. That 3 foot top kit line.
Yeah.
It tends to be you either catch them short pole or edge. I rarely catch on both. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, you often catch them on a top kit in front of you, or a top kit on one, or the margins. And maybe we had the answer staring us in the face from the start.
That's interesting. Yeah, because I don't think these have got the pulling power.
Not now we've dirtied the swim.
No, but that, yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, because they can still taste all that ground bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go from pellets to ground bait, but not necessarily ground bait to pellets. There's a carp.
There's one come in, is there?
Yeah, it's just turned, obviously, gone against some pellets. It's probably overshot where my pellets were, turned, and its tail appeared. But it's back to me. There it is, look, it's, tell you what it's done, it's just gone between me and my float, at the bank and the float, as they do. Because it kind of comes right up there. I feel like I'm as tight as I can without having my bait set up that shelf, but maybe I need to be tighter. I've seen you do this where you put your pot on bank. I suppose that helps to keep your rig from drifting, especially in all them boils and swirls, and I need to feed that again. Because of course if we're not feeding many pellets,
You've got to keep it regular.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit higher, Mick. Too fat.
Yeah, I heard them going from here. And try and pull that rig tight in. Get on the pace, Joe.
It's
It's driving you crackers.
probably got a rig in my van.
Yeah, they're not. This has not got the attraction, has it?
It's just not got the pulling power, has it?
No, not the same.
Not this time. I'd be interested to see if you went on that original swim where we started the session, if you get bites.
What, with pellets?
Just on your top kit with pellets, yeah.
That looks like a foul looker to me. Because it just...
A bit slow, is it?
Yeah, really slow, yeah.
Margin conundrums, Mick.
Brilliant. Never worked with animals and children.
Because it's funny,
so.
isn't it? Because you know, you're like, oh, there's no fish there, but you put a pot
No,
full of
no,
ground. If you put a pot full of that loose ground bait in, they'll be tailing up him in 5 minutes again. Won't
Yeah. No good if we can't catch them, though, is it?
they? Oh no, he's in the mouth.
Into just. I don't think he realised he picked it up. He was just
Maybe
swimming
we were
off.
just expecting. Oh, that was definitely in the mouth.
No, no, well, yeah.
I am.
Yeah, but not hooked with it because I've not struck into it.
Maybe we were just expecting it to happen too quick.
Yeah, I never really set the hook. It were all a bit like, didn't really want to strike.
It didn't really
Looked
happen.
like a liner. And let's give it a little.
I think it's worth persevering. Just a touch.
Well, for the sake of intrigue and to definitely prove it or disprove it, as the case may be.
You've even got one of my paste pots in your bag.
Oh, I know. I'm slowly working my
I
way
could
towards
just go
it.
and get my paste rig out of the van.
And off we go. Yeah, I think you were just saying before that this short rig that we started on would probably be really effective, and that'd be my next move. If I'm honest, I'd be like, well, if I want to catch some fish, and it might just be the depth thing. And
This is the conundrum with margin fishing. There's many a match won down the margin, but there's many a match lost as well.
yeah, because you
get
can be
drawn
doing quite
into
well.
it.
Yeah, you get mesmerised.
It's the equivalent of fishing hemp on a river sometimes when you you get sucked into it, don't you?
Yeah, you get one bite on it. Next
Yeah.
thing, if an hour's gone past and you're caught out. If you just carried on catching what you were doing and see that didn't look like a bite, that looked like a liner.
You just kept catching a tench every minute out there.
It's funny because where I'm fishing, it comes up closer than that. It shallows right up, and I feel that the fish are coming in that gap, but it's too steep and too shallow. I mean, there's I've just seen a fish. It's in its whole body there. It's obviously come to tip up on my pellets, but it's not quite right.
It's not right, is it?
No, because they're not active enough. But then again, just because we're not getting indications, yeah, it's just like liners and interesting, Joe.
Just start trickling an odd one onto that top kit line, Mick. It's that depth thing, isn't it? We keep talking about over and over again.
Without a doubt. See, that came to noise, and
yeah. So, you know, like when you actually look, like, got the advantage of being able to look around, there's so many fish rolling in the wind, it's unbelievable.
yeah, I've just seen one that caught my eye.
It's unbelievable.
So maybe they're super shallow. It's funny, isn't it? Because a lot of people are like, it's hook-a-doke, it's easy, shooting fish in a barrel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's not easy. Look at
No,
these.
no.
I mean, that one's gone scooting down there. We ain't got it right, have we?
I've got it right today.
but we will. Because if...
I've got a feeling that's going to be the one.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you just carried on with the ground bait, it might have sorted itself out and worked, you know?
Push through until they got comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, it weren't particularly... What time are we on? Yeah, it's
just
we
2
were a
o'clock.
bit early, weren't we, going down edge because we caught that many fish.
Possibly, yeah.
Shallow, we were like, well, let's just go down edge, but time of day. See that
Yeah,
you could
it's
see.
not right, is
Yeah,
it?
it's not right, no. Interesting.
You need some tricks up your sleeve, don't you?
Well, this is the whole thing. When I said to you, let's do this whole dog no tricks thing, because yeah, you just need to do this, just do this, just do that, just do this. But reality is that it's not quite like that.
So we are back where we started.
Yeah, because obviously that ground bait were driving them crazy.
Yep.
Pellets weren't attracting them down the margin. I've had indications straight away. I've just dropped it in. What would we fed 3 or 4 times? There's fish there because I've just seen.
I love this. You know, like when you get this bouncy water like this.
Yeah.
I think carp love that, mate.
Gives them a bit of confidence.
Yeah. I think you get like them days, don't you, when you're reading the textbooks. Oh, you can fish 5 metres all day. No, you can fish 5 metres all day when it's like this.
That were a tench.
You know, like.
Yeah, when it's not
when it's flat and hot and still, you can't.
Yeah.
That tense, you think?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
We are down.
The knowing rattle, they're like,
Ding,
wop,
ding, 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 ding.
yeah, flapping its tail as fast as its little heart could send it. As is that one. Oops, it is.
Tench, man.
Yeah, they love pellets, but I reckon that carp will find this in a minute. Yeah, I tell you what's going through my mind. I just want you to tell me, because I'm like, right, well, yeah, it is still early, and I've still got it ringing in my ears that you're like, don't go down the edge too early, don't go down the edge too early. And I think in our excited.
Yeah, we've gone down the edge too early.
I tell you what, I'm getting excited. I'm throwing pellets everywhere. We've gone down the edge too early.
Very easy to forget the fundamentals.
Yeah. And because we're obviously in this scenario where we're doing this day's coaching, I'm not saying we were bored of catching fish shallow, but
We were trying to fast track it, weren't we?
yeah, we were enjoying ourselves, but we wanted to get down to business.
Isn't it amazing? Fishing's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because if you'd not come off this, you'd have probably caught carp on it all day.
Yeah, you would. And like, this is why you shouldn't come off feeding fish, innit? Like your shallow fishing was at its best when we come off it.
Yeah, it were, yeah.
To chance our arm down the edge.
Yeah.
Whereas the reality was, you've still got to get your timings right.
Every single time.
That's carp though, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm saying that. I think so.
Yeah. That'd be a PB tench if that's a tench. Man, you had a big tench, didn't you, at Ferry?
Yeah.
8 pounder.
Lee gave me nearly 9.
But that was an impressive fish.
He was the official adjudicator that day. He were being kind, but it were a big fish, I must admit. A beautiful fish. It's a shame I didn't catch it when you were there on camera.
Yeah, I mean,
You can tell I forgot what...
I've never seen a tench that big. I've never.
Oh no, it were a broad old beast. Well, it's been that long since I caught a carp this morning, I've forgotten how to play them, lot. You've gone crackers, hasn't it?
The last few you've had that lovely blue one, haven't you?
Ah, yeah.
Showing them who's boss.
Taming them. Well, back to being an amateur here. Not learnt any new tricks on playing fish. He just wanted to...
But that's funny, isn't it? Because you've gone in, you've caught a carp and you've caught a tench in no time.
Yeah, yeah.
No frills, just throwing pellets in.
Don't get more simple than that, does it?
Kiddie fishing.
Yeah, it feels like it, doesn't it? But this is, I suppose, the one thing I want to say when I do that. I'm like, one thing I've learned, spending a lot of time around anglers, and especially the interaction we have from our viewers and from people on our coaching days, which we've got another coaching day coming up.
Yep.
Most people fish how they want to fish, not how we want them to fish, or necessarily how the fish want them to fish. And what I mean by that is, if you want to fish like this, you'll make it work. Might not be right on the day. If you want to fish long and don't fish a short, or if you want to fish ground bait, or whatever it is that you're trying to do, if it's the wrong method on the day,
Yeah.
and if this is right, just because I don't want to fish what kiddie fishing, or what did they call it? What did Eric call it? Because they
Clown
fish
fishing.
Clown
Clown
fishing.
fishing.
Yeah, because it's short and it feels all a bit like on top of yourself. You're not making a big cast.
That's carp.
And
That's carp, that is.
yeah, that definitely would have carp. And it were quiet just before, no little dinks. It just then if this is how to catch them, then that's how you need to do it. And adaptability, I think, is what makes the difference between people who succeed in competitions, or even if it's just personal fishing that they want to improve all the time. It's the adaptability and the fact that they don't just fish how they decided the week before, I'm going to go there and fish bread, or I'm going to go there and fish method. Well, might not be the right thing on the day, and you've really got to work at it, as we are today. Because,
You're in for a treat here, Michael.
yeah, that sounds good. I'm looking forward to that, whatever
Seen
that
who
is.
stood behind you?
It's the man himself. Do you know, that's a really strange thing. Yesterday, I were only thinking about that chap there. Good afternoon, sir.
Just thought that check your licence, please.
Mate, we had a lovely little distraction there, didn't we, for 5 minutes?
We did. We had a royal visit, didn't we?
A royal visit.
Yeah. And I got distracted because I think I've just struck into a lineage a
No, I
little
think
bit.
you're all right.
We had a royal visit from, I want to say the godfather, the father of fishing.
Yeah, match fishing for sure.
Match fishing in the UK. He's done a hell of a lot for this country, and on a personal note, a hell of a lot for me as well. He signed me for Barnsley Blacks 32 years ago. Was it 32 years ago? Might be longer than that. No, it's longer than that. 1991, 34 years ago.
Yeah, I'm 38 and I was born
Sir Dick Clegg.
Yeah.
He just paid a visit because
What a treat.
even
It's in mouth.
the gods come to Springvale. As Dick's got a match here next week, which is the Angling Trust Veterans and Masters, and he just come for a little look. So
Likes to do his own work. As all
yeah,
good
fair
anglers
play
do.
to him. Yeah, 88 years old.
88 years old.
And wanting to know how to catch him. How's the best way to catch him? What do I need to do? And to try and simplify it for him, I said, well, Dick, you need a 10-foot feeder rod, So you'll know that I'm not telling you guys any different. You need a 10-foot feeder rod and probably about 6 metres of pole. That'll do you for most of the lakes on Springvale. He's dead chuffed, so that were a great great visit.
I hope when I'm 88 I'm still match fishing like he is.
Ooh, chance would be a fine thing.
Good on him.
And yeah, so we just had a carp there. Come back on this short line because we just didn't think. I actually think we went down the edge too early, but we might just not have understood how to catch
Yeah,
him.
I think there's definitely that. I mean, this line's great, isn't it?
It were good this morning, and it's a great line. We're saying this is the depth, Joe.
Could be.
Carp depth.
Could be. It's there's definitely something at play, isn't there?
Yeah.
And it may be like in the last hour of a match, you'd go and naturally slay him in the edge.
Yeah.
But I think this line would have just given you bites consistent, wouldn't it?
Without a doubt, if we'd have carried on this, but you know, we wanted to have a little explore. I mean, let's be fair. If we were fishing a match, I think we both said that were a lovely bite, but no cigar, as it were. I think we'd have definitely had a method feeder, wouldn't we? With pellets.
Absolutely, yeah.
Chucking across to that island.
Although I do think there's enough bites on a pole to keep you entertained with the pole all day.
Well, they certainly were for us,
Yeah,
fishing
yeah,
that
yeah.
shallow line with that caster.
I do.
But it's really interesting. It would have been too windy this afternoon. I'm getting some sail away bites here. I don't know what they are. Might be my friends at Tench.
Interesting.
Aren't they? Long pole would have been a bit windy, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it wasn't a long pole day today, was it?
No, and them fish wanted to be shallow. We caught skimmers shallow, we caught tens shallow, we obviously caught the eyed shallow, chub, carp early on this. Just had a carp now. So yeah, there's plenty to
consider.
Plenty to consider. I just let that go a bit then because
I think there's a lot of there's so much you could do here fishing wise.
Yeah.
It really is like what you enjoy doing.
Yeah, whatever you want to turn your hand to.
Come and have a go at it because
Yeah.
I even think you could fish 8 mils and catch loads.
You reckon?
Mm.
Interesting.
Yep.
A bit more selective.
A bit more selective. Catch them on 8s, you'd catch them on pace, you'd catch them on the dreaded
You had to
corn.
get the paste in.
You'd catch them on maggots, casters, worms. Meat's not allowed here. Ground bait is obviously very attractive. We
Oh yeah.
didn't get that quite right.
Which is why you know that the pace will be good, don't you?
Yeah. I don't think we didn't get that quite right. And
No.
I think probably a timing issue. I mean, if you'd have fished top kit and 2 all day today, you'd have had a hell of a way.
Yeah, where we're fishing now, we'd probably just carried on and nice little chop on it, and means that you're probably drawing everything into this shallow sort of short line. They got the confidence, the colours there, into everything's right, isn't it?
Noticeable there, you're not catching tench now.
No,
They've gone, haven't they?
once these guys come in, they bully the tench out, don't they? So
What a fishery though.
it's absolutely amazing.
It's incredible. I'm blown
Yeah.
away by this lake, I really am.
I like it more than the rest, and it's one of my favourite. I love this venue, full stop, but this particular lake, because of its size and its sparseness and the open water of it, really appeals to me.
There's just so many options, isn't there? It's
Yeah.
not like a snake lake where you're like, well, I've got to go to the far bank with a long
Excuse me.
pole. Here, it's like, yeah, you've got an island, but you don't feel inclined, you don't have to go to it, do you?
No. So what, if you came again, Joe, just to sort of round it all up,
Yep.
because we've had an interesting. Oops, look at me! Look, I'm trying to get that joint on. Can't help it when I fish further. So, what would
I do?
If you, bit of hindsight, great opportunity to go. Right, I've got hindsight. You
Right.
watch me performing.
If I was coming, if I were lucky enough to have an All England ticket in my hand, and I'm coming to Springvale, I'd be thinking, I'd have to have pace. I'd have to, because it just looks perfect for it to
Yeah.
me. So I would probably fish paste in the margins, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I would definitely start on this,
Okay.
on any peg, just to see what I could catch. I think I would fish a method, Mick, rather than fish for silvers, personally.
Interesting.
Um,
Because you think the opportunity for
I'm thinking,
more weight.
I'm just thinking it's purely my easiest route to success. I'm thinking method, I'm thinking short pole with hard pellets, and I'm thinking paste in the edge, and that's probably how I would attack it, them three. Because I know that the method, most pegs on the complex in our match are going to have that option,
Yeah.
so that's a safe bet. And then, yeah, short, and then in the edge with paste and then hard pellets. I think that's what I'd do.
Well, that sounds
And,
fantastic.
and knowing me, I'd end up fishing paste where you are anyway.
Yeah. Or anywhere in between.
Yeah. But you know, a busy lake with lots of people on it, them silvers could be really important.
Yeah.
I'm talking purely from a selfish point of view. How can I win? But I think them silvers, you could easily win here with silvers, couldn't you? If you wanted to get your head down, bring a bucket of maggots and get on with it.
Yeah. No doubt.
What about you?
Yeah. Not dissimilar. I mean, obviously, I'm not. I can't fish pace. I've not done that enough, and I wouldn't feel confident that I were at my most efficient. But I certainly like this. What you've taught me. Yeah. And obviously, I'd feel, which is if you look properly, I'd feel that fishing to my strength would be method against the island to start me off. Sorry, not necessarily to start me off. And as a match angler, and I know this sounds crazy because you have to have a plan before you start your day, but if I thought everybody going to chuck a method out at the start, I'd probably follow suit. But there's a lot to be said for having your own water. And if everybody starts on a method and then starts loose feeding casters around you, you could do this and dominate some carp. By the same token, you could probably do that on a method. So if it looks like you've got somebody who wants to just fish pole around you, you can draw the fish along them islands. And I know there's a guy that comes here that just fishes method back to front, 5 hours, that's all he does. And his peg gets stronger and stronger. So I'd be leaning towards a method myself. I think this is great. And then I'd hope that I'd probably be able to get it right in the margins, because like you, I'm not sure if, because I just want to win as an angler. I'm not interested in coming second or getting a section prize, I just want to win the match. Then I'm not sure if I could achieve that on silvers.
I just think with the way the venue's fishing at the moment, it's fishing so well for carp.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a tall order to beat a carp weight with silvers, personally.
But if I were thinking that second prize was the aim,
yep,
I'd be happy to fish for silvers.
Or
because
if
I think
you
you
just,
can catch a
there'll be a
massive
lot of guys
weight.
who are just coming to have a great day.
Absolutely.
And you're going to have one of the best days you're going to have all year if you come here and fish for silvers.
Yeah. So Newcastle, Joe, I think, like all the lakes, it's capable of winning the whole match. You know, it's not like there's going to any of these lakes in our competition that are, or you've got to be on this one or that one to win the match, because Duke, Duchess, Golden 2 and Newcastle can all produce the winner. That's what I believe.
Yeah, that's a really key point, that is.
Yeah. So regardless of where you're drawn, if you're drawn in here, you've got to make your decision based on what you think your strengths are, personally, I think. Hopefully we've shown you what sort of fish are in here today.
We haven't even mentioned bomb and pellet, Mick.
No, because
I reckon
really
that would work an absolute treat here.
Yeah.
Just throwing one last curveball in.
It's open water. I see what you're saying. It's a great point, Joe.
I think that what you're saying with the method, everyone's got politis, haven't they? Me included. Give a method 20 minutes and they're like, I just can't get itching to get on the pole. Whereas I think if you stuck with that, you, like you said, that chap who his swim just gets stronger and better. And
and if you were loose feeding 8 mils, let's say, halfway, you've got your own water, haven't you?
This lake seems to lend itself perfectly for it, really.
How far is that island?
Probably further than you think. 26, 27 metres probably.
Yeah.
Good
Certainly 25, isn't it?
Yeah. We're finishing on a tench.
Why not? We've had some lovely fish. We've had a great day.
It has been a great day. More lessons learned.
It's not been easy on the margins, but it's certainly been fruitful everywhere else. I've learnt a load more. Love that rig, that shallow rig. That you got me put that bang right. And we've enjoyed Springvale. Caught loads of these little beauties. And got ourselves another episode of Old Dog New Tricks and an insight into the venue for the NuFish All England Championship. So let us know what you think, and we'll look forward to seeing you if you're on the match, and if not, we'll see you on the next episode of this. Thanks for watching.